Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the thingy.
Greetings, one and all. How we feeling tonight?
Everybody's sad about the Everybody's
You
sad
really did,
about the
PCM. You really did. Good
land.
timing. Oh, Jamie, I can't wait to hear about that. That sounds so cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think the closest we've ever gotten to Cyberpunk, Ori, was when we played, what was the mech one? Lancer?
Lancer.
Was that it?
Yeah,
It was
it's
Lancer.
not like it
That's
though.
like it's definitely not like it, but it's the closest we've ever gotten.
I'm sorry, Johnum. Everybody is very, very upset about the. As you can see, there's like 3 people in here
No,
trying to get land ho.
Johnum, don't be sad. You don't have to listen to Ori.
I don't know. What time did y'all get it last time? That's what'll do it.
I didn't know Land Ho was so important to
There's
so
a
many
person-
people.
Oh, it's important, and that's why I want it to work. But yeah, but what time did he get it last time? You know, that's the question. Because I don't know.
It was a valiant effort, Johnum. It was a really valiant effort.
So they like that.
Are we on YouTube as well tonight?
Yep, we are indeed. We're on both.
I figured as
oh
much.
no, I did the stupid.
Oh no, Ori, why the stupid?
Because I have my wrong avatar open. Because
Oh,
I was trying to figure out this land ho
It's
thing.
not me or Dylan for once.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out this land ho thing.
Amazing. I'm so happy. I actually remembered to change my thing. I'm not behind my little sign though. I'm free.
I had planned to do it while the countdown was happening, right? But then, oh, he got it. All right, look at that.
Woohoo!
Maybe it'll update now.
You know, we can only cross our fingers and hope. Yes, Jamie. Accurate. Very accurate.
No, you're put back in your
I
place.
have been contained once more. I'm
You're shoved
behind
back in there.
my little bars.
Not allowed. You're not allowed to be free.
My prison. My prison.
I think that's what happens. Interesting. Okay.
Do you, PCM? Oh, I'm wondering what you have in the works. Consider me intrigued.
Ooh, very nice. But yes. Today I actually have a couple things I want to talk about because I thought about something. Mars, I had an idea after our hangout today.
Oh yeah?
Interesting, and we can see how it goes.
Oh, what you got?
Well, the first thing is, of course, that today I will be doing probably only one art because I have the other one sketched out already, which will be like it's called an ice lily, something like that.
Ooh, that sounds very
and it's
pretty.
not an item as much as it is sort of a hazard, an environmental hazard.
I am intrigued. Do go on.
Yes.
Oh, story time in the dystopian hellscape that is Night City. First off, love that name. But yes, please give us the dystopian story. I feel like I'm flashing back to the 2010s. That's when all the dystopian stories were coming out.
It's not in here.
You'll find it eventually.
Isolally, I found it. He spelled it with 2 L's, and that was the problem. Lily is only 1 L.
Oh, okay.
Is that what this is, PCM? Is this actually Neffy? Or is it just a multi-eyed thing? It is Neffy! Wow, look at that!
Oh!
It is actually Neffy. Dang, I didn't even realize.
Man.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
That is indeed lovely.
Also, I have chat back with Restream. That was a server error last night. Yeah, that was not us. That was their fault. I didn't do anything that screwed that up. So good for me. Awesome. That's that. So the other thing is that with Mars and I, with our table moving to Pathfinder 2E, the sort of homebrew pipeline is starting to dry up a little bit, and there's a lot of time that it takes to think about homebrew and come up with fun and good ideas. And I thought that I would see if anybody here who likes to do homebrew, because I know some of you definitely do, and then I'd probably ask in the Discord as well, would be interested in sort of offering up their homebrew. It's a certain server, it's a channel thing, Extreme Bulk Guy, so you probably don't have it. Yeah, it's a channel emote, so you probably don't have access. But so that the homebrew, or even just homebrew ideas, right? If you wanted to give them to me with the idea of that I would choose ones that I like and thus illustrate them and probably edit the wording a little bit. I'm picky like Cinder. A lot of you know Cinder about the homebrew. Mm-hmm. But that it would then get posted on my Instagram, but I would definitely be like crediting whoever had the idea first, because I don't want to it's all free, it's just showing up on the internet for free, it's just like under my brand, but you would be like a idea by so and so, whoever you want it to be, however you want it to be credited. So I thought that could be a good sort of alternative to me having to figure everything out on my own. If that's what you wanted, you guys got your item illustrated. It's not like a full, commission sort of thing, so I would get to draw it however I saw fit. But, that's sort of what I was thinking. So if anyone's interested in that, that would probably be something we would do.
What a lovely idea.
So Jamie, this is still Cyberpunk Red, I think. Gave up a Prime sub to take the noof everywhere you go. Yeah, such is life, PCM. It's
such
worth
is
it.
Life indeed. Oh, geez, Jamie. I would say so. I would be confused as well.
It is a little tea party,
okay.
PCM. It is definitely a little tea party.
Jamie, your group sounds so chaotic.
Jamie, it's a D10 system. That's interesting. Very intriguing. I've never played not a D20 system. But, so, Mars and I wanted to discuss, we haven't actually started playing Pathfinder yet. And we
Sadly,
think I talked about it a little bit last time. No, not really, because we didn't have stream last week. We didn't have stream last week.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
Thanksgiving
didn't mathematically work out. So we actually did indeed No, PCM. The campfire stories are for big blorbs of text. That's kind of the point.
No, that
so,
is
perfectly
appropriate.
That's the point. So don't worry about it. That's the idea. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about sort of like character customization and all that sort of stuff with Pathfinder 2e because you have like some experience with it now and everything. God, y'all going off the walls in your campaign, Jamie. Oh my goodness.
Like I said, chaotic.
It does give off cyberpunk vibes though, doesn't it? So, I guess it's I guess it's accurate. I don't know what the word would be. I guess it's valid, who knows. But we're doing little dances in the stream overlay.
Ooh.
But
like dance. Yes, good old
PCM.
Pathfinder.
Oh, you had to give him the burns before you snapped his neck? You couldn't have made him just, not suffer?
I feel like that's just insult to injury.
Yeah, it is. No, it's death to injury. That's what it is.
I was gonna say injury to injury.
Oh yeah, it's death to injury.
Oh, that's just not his
Goodness,
day.
This is very crazy.
My, Jamie.
Hello, Bart Starter.
Oh, PCM. Good
Oh
evening.
God.
Good evening. Thank
God,
you for joining
PCM.
us tonight.
I am like so beat today. I don't know. What are we talking about?
It has
Brain.
been an eventful week. I don't know about the day. I was honestly feeling pretty good today, but the whole week, man, just so much.
Interesting way to get him to approach you, I guess. But
Okay,
Jamie.
how did burns get him to approach you? Was
Maybe
it
it
like
was
you
steamed
burned
from
him and he
behind?
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you now," and he advances?
Or it was like a steam from behind, right? It was a little kick in the
maybe.
butt.
A little
Maybe?
fire in the butt.
Yeah, a little
Some
fire in the
cartoon
butt.
fire in the butt.
Could be it. Could be that. Who knows?
Well, Ori, I know you definitely had feelings when we were using Roll20 to create our Pathfinder characters. You definitely had feelings about that.
Yeah, so it was more just the idea that Pathfinder has a lot of like tags and stuff and a lot of things and
Oh, well that's just convenient, Jamie.
so you know how like in D&D if you use Roll20, right? It will tell you that like a spell is concentration. Or, it'll tell you, like, that's the big one, right? A spell is concentration. So you don't have to flip through your whole thing to look for and find out that a spell is concentration. The concentration equivalent in Pathfinder is not just shown there for you to see nice and easy. It's hidden. It's hidden away. And I don't like that, because it's important. I need to know, I need to know how to utilize my actions. In Pathfinder 2e, it's very interesting. Instead of having like a movement action, instead of having your movement, your action, a bonus action, and a reaction, like D&D, in Pathfinder, you just have you have 3 actions that you can use to do certain things. And now certain things cost more than 1 action, right? So some things only cost 1, some things cost 2, some things cost 3, some things cost 1 or 2, depends on, what you want to do, this sort of thing. So it's much more versatile that way. But so this means it's important for me to know what costs how many actions. We might come yell, Cinder. We might come yell. But you can come yell later as well.
Cinder, we have plans.
But, so it's kind of like important for me to know when, how many actions something takes. But certain places in the sheet, in the character sheet on Roll20, don't show you immediately how many actions something takes. And it's like, this is like the thing that I need to know.
Incredibly intuitive right away.
It's like this.
Like, you do fumble around for a bit, not gonna lie.
Exactly. And so it's just kind of like, oof, and all that.
Now, that's not saying that's Pathfinder as a whole. That's just saying how Roll20, the specific site
honestly, I don't
using,
know
does it.
how the Pathfinder spreadsheet, like character sheet, looks originally.
If we were actually doing it, I feel like it would be a lot more straightforward. Because it wouldn't be like tabs nestled within tabs or something like that.
That is true, but I don't know.
I know I definitely thought was interesting that enemies for spell checks, like it's not Constitution, Dex, or any of those. It's, oh god, I hope I remember. I know Will is one of them, right?
Yeah, so instead of using the other two, your exact saves as saves in the game, right? So in D&D you have the 6 stats, and all of those have save versions of those stats. In Pathfinder, there's only 3 saves, and it's Will, God, now I'm messing it up. It's Will, it's, heck.
I'm gonna have to pull up Roll20 in like a side thing.
No, it's Will, and it's...
Oh, what was the other one?
Evasion is not the word that I want. There's like a Dexy one, and there's like a Strength one.
Not.
Those are but they're not fully based on stuff. It's Will, and then it's 2 other ones. But I'm having a problem apparently remembering it because that's the kind of day.
Hang on. I'm doing research. I'm going ham.
Heck, Jamie, Jesus.
Let's see.
So we do have a campaign going, Bart Starter.
That's not
but it's actually no longer D&D, as we as a table have just decided to get into Pathfinder 2E. And so that's what we're sort of talking about.
Just hold on a sec, Ori. I'm going to mute myself for a second.
Okay. Not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, because we always play on Saturdays. Who's a Moetzi? You can dodge bullets, Jamie? Do you have the only thing I know about Cyberpunk is from the anime, and I didn't even finish it because I didn't want to. Yes,
okay,
Matrix Man indeed.
What didn't you want to do?
I had finished the anime Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
But so yeah, not this most recent Saturday. The last Saturday we just made our characters for Pathfinder. So actually this Saturday is our first actual play session. Yeah, Sandevistan? Okay, that's the only thing I know, Jamie. It's the only thing I know. Did you look it up, Mars? I'm
trying to. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Will, reflex, and fortitude.
There we go. There you go. Will, reflex, and fortitude. So those are your saves. Instead of saying strength, dex, con, wisdom, intelligence, charisma, you have those 3 saves, and they're calculated by certain things, but you can get certain feats that allow you to make those saves with other stats, is my understanding. So it's very fun and very customizable and very like drag and drop vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really neat. So that's what we're kind of at.
It's very cool, and I like the vibe that it provides. Like, don't get me wrong, context and wisdom are all great and everything. It's basically saying the same thing, just using different names to say it. I think it's still really cool that you have these 3 very specific ones. Like, you have 5 saving throws in 5e, I believe, but here it's just 3. It's a little bit of adjustment, but it's pretty cool.
I have heard of GURPS, Bart Starter, but honestly, as a table, the only things that we've really played were 5e, D&D 5e, and we did have 1 or 2 sessions, I think it was just 1, of a smaller known system called Lancer, which is all about mechs.
Yeah, we only did Lancer once.
And it's very different than it's very different than D&D. The reason we decided to go over to Pathfinder, like, we were having fun with 5e, but we have done an incredible amount of homebrewing.
Dylan and Ori have
for the
homebrewed
stats.
a lot of stuff for spells,
I can imagine Bard Starter. Yeah, I can imagine. But yeah, so we've homebrewed like so much stuff because D&D leaves it so open, but in like a bad way, where it's in that kind of middle ground I've talked about before. You know, sort of like it's too open and not open enough, so it like tried to be both and was neither. And that's sort of where the like
tried to be both and none at the same time.
Yeah, it tried to be both and was neither. And so with that, it sort of allowed it, you know, you had to homebrew in order to make it right. Like I don't think there's a table out there that plays it straight, you know? Like I'd be impressed. There's so much. And
I don't see how anyone could play it straight, honestly. I mean, I'm sure you could, but honestly, it's like it can be so.
Well, there's so much open-ended that no matter what you're making home rules,
sometimes,
you know. So it's like, is that really ever playing it straight? Who knows? But anytime you make a rule on the spot that you continue to use, you've homebrewed, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
that's the trick to it.
But Dylan was looking into Pathfinder, and essentially found out that. Pathfinder had 90% of the stuff that we have homebrewed into 5e innately in the game. And we were
Which was incredible.
That sounds like a fun time. Now, I was not going to play Pathfinder if Dylan didn't make the jump, right?
Makes sense.
Forge Foundry? I've heard of Foundry. I'm not sure what Forge Foundry is, if it's not the same thing. Oh, that's interesting, Jamie.
Oh.
Interesting.
I feel like that would be very chaotic in like the best possible way.
Well, it's kind of like you going sort of like werewolf, I guess, in D&D is the closest thing you got.
I almost wish that happened, like, during the confusion stat, which you could probably do, because whenever my character gets confused, it's like, how do I play my character now? Because I'm still choosing what spells to use. I'm still, or like when they're possessed or something, I'm still choosing what spells to use, but, you know, as a player, I don't want to kill my allies, but as a person possessed, I have no choice.
But so the problem is,
make more sense to just hand it to the DM and say, bend me to your will?
So the problem and the reason I don't like that, and I specifically don't like it for like werewolves and stuff, is the idea that it is. So what does the player get to do now? Just sit there? You know? Now you sit and you watch television, right? Like you're not immersed anymore. The second
I suppose,
you
but
stop
that's kind of the
your
position your character is in.
But I am not someone that would be like, yes, I will just literally sit here and do nothing. Like, now I'm not paying attention. Like, now it's not fun. You know, why am I playing a game that I can't play? You know?
I see. Okay, that's fair.
It's one of those things where, at least in my understanding, Jamie, and maybe I'm wrong, once you go cyber psycho, there's no going back. So, like, you would get a new character, right, at that point? Like, that character's just dead and gone. So at least, like, that is like, okay, I understand. But possession is never permanent, you know, or rarely permanent.
Thank God.
Oh, so you can go back. Very interesting. Because that's my sort of thing. If it's like, this is the end, right? You're dead, you're a deathlock, now the DM plays your character, and you have a new character, that's whatever, you know? You get a new character, you're still playing the game. But the second that it's like, it's basically the end. All right. The second that it's like, I'm a werewolf, but today is just full moon session, I don't get to play my character for this session, is kind of like...
Well, that's no fun. If it's the whole session, that kind of sucks.
It's kind of like not fun anymore. And on top of that, the DM already has a lot to do. You know, like the time that you could think of being possessed the most is probably with the bugs. I'm manning like 10 bugs, and now I also have to play your spellcaster character. Like,
Yeah.
You know, why should I have to have more work
terrible.
now? You know, so it's like that's the other sort of trade-off. There is like now it's more work on me.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That does kind of suck. Not gonna lie.
Indeed. God, I'm like looking at water lilies to try and get an idea. This thing, and some of them are massive.
Damn, that's one hell of a caveat, Jamie. I mean, it sounds like your party would hunt you down and subject you to weeks of expensive therapy. They just sound that chaotic.
Yeah, so might as well be dead. It's Extreme Bulk Guy, it's one of those things, you know, Cinder taught me this because I think it's a really good thing, is that, hello, Atathis, is that...
Oh, hey, Atathis, welcome!
There's a lot of really cool ideas that are really cool in RPG video games, right? So, the AI can do as many things as at once as your computer can handle, right? That's a processing thing. As a human, you sort of just like that. Well, the same is true. That number's much, much smaller. Okay, so if you're trying to, you know, it's already complicated to play a spellcaster character if you're a new person. There's a lot of spells, especially a prepared caster like a druid. You know, it's a lot to think about.
The number of times I forgot to prepare my spells.
So many, all the time.
'Cause I just didn't.
And so
I was just like, nope, these are the spells I forever have, and I'm never changing them.
Yeah. And so, you know, that, and plus the DM is like being the, you know, the enemies at the same time, and the story, right? Because ideally you're not just like clunking it out during the fight, you're like narrating. So, you know, that's a lot going on. Now suddenly, you know, because I want to use a domination spell, I have to be a druid now. You know, like that's a lot.
Oh yeah.
And so it definitely is.
As a DM Bart starter, you just don't keep track of HP?
That's a way to do it, Bart starter, you know.
I mean, I can understand that. That kind of falls into rule of cool territory,
it does.
I think. Because I remember I DM'd something for my family one time, and we were playing with basically a starter kit, and it had some pre-scripted zombies that my family had to fight. And my brother was very creative with it. He took his torch from his bag, lit one of his arrows on fire before shooting it at the zombie. And what impressed me, he didn't need like any prompting to do this. He was just like, this is an idea I had on my own. I'm going to do it. I said he killed the zombie instantly because like that's encouraging to him. And it's like, it's a cool ass move. I think it should count personally.
I think that specifically...
I can understand rule of cool.
Rule of cool is definitely good. I also think that specifically like 5e is so unbalanced that like, you know, you sort of have to go that way a lot because there's a high chance that either your enemy is very quickly not beefy enough to withstand a certain amount of stuff, or too beefy and you're gonna kill your players and this was not the intention to be that, you know, difficult of a fight. Right. So it's very much one of those, like, you really have to judge it. Versus in Pathfinder, like, it's very, very leveled out. And obviously we haven't played yet, so, you know, who knows.
Yeah. But we still have yet to actually experience all this.
In the sort of, like, you know, understanding of how the game works, you know, rules-wise, you build these enemies based on a number of things, and it in theory comes out a lot closer, a lot more like this is actually what it would feel like, you know, as players and all that sort of stuff. So it is like, I think a lot of it hinges on just, there's a lot of hand waving in 5e and then you can make it a lot more hand-wavy very quickly. But I also think that certain players are less fulfilled if they ever realize that, like, you're just waiting for a cool moment, right? Not every player, you know, but I know that players like Dylan, I think, would be very upset if he found out that, like, everything ended up being kind of hand-wavy, because he puts in a lot of effort into designing very good mechanical characters to then just be like, that was for nothing because you just hand-wave it. I think he would be upset. So it is for...
And I think you kind of fall into the same camp, Ori, because you've definitely put a lot of creativity into the monsters you've had us fight as well. Like, you've had moving rooms, moving platforms, puzzles to solve while being attacked. Like, you get into it.
That's because that's because most, you know, like basic D&D monsters are incredibly boring. That is very true, Jamie, but thankfully we're all learning it together, so I think we'll all be in a good boat.
It's new for everyone.
But yes, it is definitely much more of like a human strategy game than like a player. But the difference there is that it is more lies on top of you being good at something than not managing to build a viable character, like 5e is, you know? And again, maybe we'll hate it. Right now, my whole thing is like, we've heard a lot about how the rules work. We've heard all of this stuff. You know, we had fun making our characters, even though it took forever. You know, all this sort of stuff. Yeah, and so Bartstar, I can see it very much working for that sort of group of people, right? Like, I definitely care about the roleplay more. I honestly wished in the TPK moment that Dylan did hand wave the last 2 hit points and let us win. Like that would have been more fulfilling to me.
It would have been nice.
And, you know, and he goes back and forth on whether he wanted to do that, because in theory that it was only 2 hit points away from dying when we TPK'd, it was a perfectly balanced fight, right? It was left up to the dice at that point, because that's what it was. You know, all these, there's like, each character had one small mistake, which is what caused us to lose that fight. Or one small mistake, or one small bad roll, right? You know, one of our characters got red with where he was going to appear when he was not blinking, right? Where he was moving around the map invisible. One of our players forgot that his pet could act after he died. One of our players, hello, Audio Chaos. One of our players forgot that
welcome.
They should use a magic weapon instead of a mundane weapon. And my character had one final mirror image and rolled a 10 instead of an 11. So it is like, oh.
Yeah, that fight was painful.
I would say that's fair, Bartstarter. Yep, your safety is gone, PCM. Once you introduced Audio Chaos to us, you should never feel safe.
Bartstar, I feel like as soon as your party starts doing something stupid and they're just blatantly ignoring all the clues, like, they have it coming at that point.
Come bearing wares.
I know we've definitely had dumbass moments like that.
Yeah, it definitely happens. But,
bearing wares. Please elaborate, Audio.
But it is definitely like, you know, we'll see. We're excited for it. We definitely like to be a little more rules heavy.
I think we just like to know, like, the mechanics of stuff and how stuff is supposed to work.
Well, I also think that we like the idea of, we want to be able to be creative, but we don't want that to be stifled by the DM going like, nah. You know? Yeah. Or like, I don't know how to balance that. And something like that.
Which is, like, very rare. For the most part, at least as long as I've been a part of it, you guys have always accommodated somehow.
I can see, Jamie.
With, like, some kind of leniency.
Restarting a campaign.
Oh.
There's a reintroduction battle. Is a goat... Is
boat
a boat combat against a goat ship. A ghost ship. Okay.
Ghost ship.
I keep doing this. It's a goat combat against a ghost ship. Okay.
No, it's a boat combat.
Oh wow, were they a cyber psycho, Jamie? Yeah, it's a goat ship. It's a goat ship and it's a boast combat.
Oh, the Terrestrial
Ah,
born.
I see PCM. Very
to
nice.
Be the spotlight.
Very nice. I don't know how to draw this. Not that I don't know how to draw this.
What
I don't
are
know
you
how
trying
I want to draw this.
Like, I know it's a lily.
It's like an ice lily. Ice lily. Ice lily.
Maybe if you did like a crystalline pattern?
I guess, but I just feel like it's kind of boring. You know, like I feel like it's sort of just like bland, you know?
Let's see, how can we make that more interesting?
If touched, it explodes, freezes you, tombed in ice.
Wow. So
Yeah.
Jamie, I have to ask, how do you keep track of the stories happening in both? Because I gotta be honest, sometimes I have trouble keeping track of one story. Hey! I take detailed notes.
Hey.
It's not my fault. I'm only keeping track of my character's interpretation of events.
Now I get to tell the events.
You do. You can help me. Yes.
I can fully take over and make it mine. Oh.
That'd be good. I mean, another thing that drew us to Pathfinder was definitely the character customization.
Beautiful
Like,
PCM.
guys, there are so many options when it comes to like the different races and classes you can play in Pathfinder, and it's incredible, and I love it so much.
That's my favorite part, to be honest. I'm all about that.
It's like once I got on the track, so I'm playing a poppet, which is basically like a living doll, essentially.
Or stuffed animal if you wanted to
Or
be.
stuffed animal. You could go with that
Or a
flavor.
puppet.
That's the nice thing about Pathfinder. You can either make this Pinocchio or you can make it Talking Tina, whichever one you like.
Or Annabelle, who knows?
Well, to me, Annabelle is no different from Talking Tina, but anyway. Both are horrifying, and both are equally terrible. But
There's a lot more creepy dolls than I think there's not creepy living dolls. The Toy Story. You could be Toy Story.
Toy Story, there we go.
There's a
No,
not
Ori,
creepy option.
I am not kidding you. I was driving back from class tonight.
Hello,
and-
Necronomicon.
Oh, hey!
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Are the alerts working? Did someone see the alert? I didn't see the alert, but I wasn't paying that much attention.
Ori. Nomicon.
Yeah, I know. The
I'm sorry.
Necronomicon instead of the Ninjanomicon.
Oh, poorly, Jamie? Oh, man. Well, 3 stories is a lot to keep track of. A lot.
It's
So,
a lot. I
don't feel bad. I can barely keep track of one.
I definitely am like, oh, I want to like. There's like the desire in me partially that's like more D&D, more RPGs are fun, but then it's also like, even not being the DM, I'm just like, okay, this is enough. This is enough for now, you know.
Like this is good.
This is good. I had my fill. I'm okay. Next time.
Literally, Ori, I'm so excited. I was driving back from class tonight and I was just practicing voices in the car.
I haven't even thought about that yet, to be honest.
I think I found a good one. Honestly, the way I do it is I practice the voice, but I also I try to say things in character, so I'll talk a little bit about backstory and where my character has come from. So it's like I kind of get the feel for the character, and I'm like, I'm feeling good about this character. Her name is gonna be Miss Molly. Oh, I'm ready.
Very nice.
It's gonna be very fun.
Yeah, Bot Starter, we're doing specifically 2nd edition, which is the much newer version. I will say it can feel a bit intimidating if you're used to like rules light systems, because it is a rules heavy system. It's definitely closer to like 3.5 D&D, but yeah.
Backstory, what's that? Well, Jamie, it's this thing that I personally think gives your character a little bit more life and direction. Now, that's not saying you need to have it. I know Ori just kind of builds her way through the
I just kind of vibe.
And I'll be honest, I was kind of doing that for a while too, because I didn't really know where to begin. I think initially I got hung up on the idea of what's consistent in this world that would be like a good backstory to have, and then like I was like, well, that doesn't really matter. We're coming from like different parts of the world. Like that's not a huge relevant thing. Like making sure there's consistency across all the backstories so it feels like it could take place in world.
PCM.
That's for stories, not for D&D. But I feel like it helps me determine what kind of decisions my character would make and how they'd feel about certain things. Because if we think about it from a psychological standpoint, the decisions we make in our current day all stem from the experience we have had throughout our life. So characters react more or less the exact same way. So I find having a backstory very helpful because it actually tells me how to play the character.
I'm definitely in that similar boat, Jamie, as like I'll have a character that has like a little vibe, right? Like very little vibe. That's just sort of like, I was a mushroom farmer and that's how I met my summon, and that's it. You know, that's my backstory. And then it's like maybe I'll have some stuff like I come from a very like cooperative, you know, community, so I'm very willing to work with people and to you know, combine forces to get things done, you know, strength in numbers and all that. But that's it. I'm not trying to be like, I'm hunting down like my father's killer, like, you know, whatever. Like, I'm not trying to have like crazy like anything. My story is the campaign, right? Like, I like the idea of that, like, I was kind of lame and boring, but whatever happened and now I'm roped into this, like, you know, adventure, and this is the call to adventure, right? So it's definitely, like, that's the fun. And that's how I have, like, my favorite characters, is through, like, literally flying by the seat of my pants and just vibing.
I mean, that's a pretty good way to do it, too.
One of my top 2 favorite characters is a character that has literally zero backstory because it was for a micro campaign. It was 3 sessions, and he is barely my second favorite RPG character ever. And then the other one had a backstory where it was like he saw a performer getting coins in the street and he thought that could be cool to be recognized like that, and then that was why he went to seek adventure. But that was it. That's all the backstory I put out there. A detail? You're hiding Easter eggs now, PCM?
Atathis, that sounds like a mystery waiting to be solved. Please let us know if anything develops from that.
Exactly, Bart Starter. 100% agree. Trailer Moon? Oh my god, Necronomicon.
Zero backstory, Jamie. And like I said, that could work too. It all depends on what your preference is.
Mars is definitely a backstory person.
So I am going to flesh stuff out.
Honestly, everybody else at our table is a backstory person. Literally just me. Am I like, I'm just gonna vibe.
Exception to the rule.
It's true though. Like, you know, our other 2 players, like, you know, they had really in-depth backstory. I know Dylan loves his backstory and all that. Like, it's me, and I'm just here to vibe. And Dylan's like, oh, I want you know, you to try and find bonds and stuff. And it's just like, 1, I'm kind of lazy, and 2, it's like I'm okay with like little bonds that are like, yeah, you know, I was the farmer that supplied you with food for your cooking, you know, I don't know.
Well, you know, if you give my character some of the mushrooms, I can make a very lovely
that's what I'm saying.
Garlic butter mushroom surprise that'll cure all that ails
exactly,
you.
Jamie.
because that's the flavor my poppet is going for. I had emphasized to our DM Dylan that I wanted to be a chef of some kind, and my food would be how I cast my spells. So like if you eat my food, like magic happens. Think of the show Just Add Magic, essentially. That's what I wanted. And Pathfinder had it. We were able to find something that fit that flavor, and I was just like, hell freaking yes.
There's one that's actually better than the one Mars is doing flavor-wise, but unfortunately it's a very complicated class, and we told Mars that if she did that class, she would have homework every week, and she went, yeah, I'm good.
I already have homework. No, I don't need more. Thank you.
You know, let it not be said that we warn you that there is work involved as a player in Pathfinder, not just the DM, okay?
Oh, man. Jamie, how are things between that other party member and your wizard? I imagine tense, but I could be wrong.
Oh, grand. Ooh, yes, an Necronomicon, definitely. Always love the art. Showing off.
Oh, the art.
Okay.
That is why we do it.
We might have to change how this looks.
I take it you're not very satisfied.
It's I like specifically was trying not to draw it top down, but I don't know.
It's kind of hard not to.
Well, all of the images aren't top down, but it's just like, I don't know, it wasn't... It's okay. It's just kind of like, it's not really fantasy yet, you know? It's just kind of like, I drew a water lily, you know?
See, I wonder if it's one of those things where it's like, color will help it.
But
sometimes
I still feel like it's boring. If there's nothing in the sketch that makes me like, this is a cool fantasy plant, then like, yeah, it's just gonna be an ice lily now, you know? Like, now it's just like, yeah, it's made of ice though.
Oh, I'm trying to think, because, like, instead of the full lily pad, what if you have, like, the branching off, like, it looks like ice coming off, and it's like ice patterns or something?
Yeah,
but like no
do a little bit.
Pad? That probably didn't make any sense.
I think I get what you're trying to say.
Oh, Jamie, that sounds like it's gonna go very poorly. I don't know, your warlock might want to have a spell prepared for that. Or hide behind one of the other characters.
Full dragon PCM? Damn.
Wow.
Is that your backstory, Extreme Bolt Guy? Nice and simple, sweet?
Art takes
PCM.
time, PCM.
You just gotta start scribbling sometimes.
Oh, Ori, take your advice.
That's what I started. I did it. I started scribbling.
You did indeed scribble.
Something came out of my pen. Okay, don't act like I sat here and did nothing this whole time.
Oh, I'm not.
You're Blade Singer. Come on, what can kill Blade Singers? They're OP.
Oh, I played a Blade Singer once. It was short. It was for a micro campaign, but it was fun. And I know the backstory was like, I made this backstory, and I remember hearing like I don't remember who said, but they were like, yeah, that's not what Blade Singers are. And I'm like, I don't care. I think it's funny, so I'm keeping it.
I don't know who said that.
I don't know. Somebody said, maybe it was one of my people at work that said that.
I would have to say so, because I don't think we would be like, no.
Well, you remember the backstory I came up with for Thaddeus.
Yep.
I was like, it was stupid, but it was funny. Oh.
Guys, I have so this is technically more related to D&D than it's gonna sound when I say it, but like, I have the problem that I really want to show Mars her Christmas gift, but I can't because then it ruins the surprise.
Oh!
And I'm just dying. It's so sad.
So sad.
So sad.
It's okay, Ori. I can wait.
I can't wait. Forget you waiting. I can't wait.
I have a lot of fun stuff happening in December, so you know, I can
not it either. What was I gonna
Actually, your present is on its way to me at the moment
fancy.
as well.
Die in silence. I'm dying in silence. This is my problem. I'm definitely someone that's like, I want it to be a surprise. Like, I want them to be surprised. Like, I know I like surprises and all that sort of stuff. But it's also like, God, do I not want to keep surprises? The pain.
No, honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie. My favorite part is surprising people with presents. Like, I love buying stuff for people and just giving it to them.
Well, the difference is it's because it's like, I don't think this is that much of a spoiler, but it's like the idea is like there's a difference between like I've bought something, right? And I'm like waiting for it to come. That's fine. That I can keep a secret. But when it's like I made something, it's like I also want to show it off, right? You know, like I want to just show it off in general, right?
The struggle is real.
Necronomicon, if you're in the Discord, you can post it in either Museum Wall or Open Exhibit. Museum Wall is in the Art one, the Conservatory category, and Open Exhibit is in the Curio Shop category. That one is specifically D&D related, RPG related.
Oh, probably that one then. That would be a good place.
Yeah, Mars, you want to close your eyes and we'll...
Also, Jamie, why am I closing my eyes?
You'll close your eyes so that I can show off the thing. Do we want to do that? Will you promise to be good?
Eyes are closed. I can be good.
Oh, you can hold on a second. I'll tell you when to close your eyes.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to close them. You just have to not look at Twitch. You know, for like
I literally have another window pulled up. I'll read Papa Wolf and the Puppy in the meantime.
Okay, I have to find it.
Damn it, it's not updated. Still waiting. What else can I read? All right, I'll read out of my mind. That works.
Okay, here it is. Okay, don't look. I'm
not. I'm reading a book.
Okay, guys, you ready? It's not fully done yet because it is going to be like an IRL thing.
Be careful what you put in the chat, guys. I can see that.
Yeah, don't spoil it in the chat, okay? Don't spoil it in the chat. Here it is. I'm very happy with it. Very nice. But it's gonna be like an IRL thing. Very cool. Very fun. Oh, look at that in the second Necronomicon. So yes. Alright, now we're gonna hide that. Don't look yet. Give it a moment to sort of like come back.
I'm still reading. This is a very good chapter.
Good. I don't even know. I should probably check when it comes back or not.
If you guys want an interesting book to read, there's a book I read in my undergrad. It's called Out of My Mind. It's about a girl with cerebral palsy. Definitely an interesting read, but it's a free PDF online that anyone can get. You don't need to sign up for an account or anything. It's just there. If you have time, give it a read. It's fascinating.
Oh my god, I love Trailer Moon though. Necronomicon.
Trailer Moon is just like
beautiful.
Top tier.
Is
it safe to come back?
Yes, it's safe to come back. Asen's on the screen now.
Nice. Oh,
so
good
this
old
is Asen. This one's my character.
I freaking love that. You know what this reminds me of? It's like a cross between stained glass and like Egyptian portraits.
Okay.
Like
with the side view,
but in a really good way.
Mm-hmm. And then I also really like. Mars has seen this one though. It is her character. I'll show the other one. Why is none of them the ones that I want? Okay, I guess it'll be this one. This is Mars's character.
We found eventually.
This is Alar.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're actually like
son. I love him so much.
I found the right one. Here it is. Oh god, no, I closed it.
I wish I was able to do him more justice in his campaign. It was my first time playing, so definitely not as fine-tuned as he could have been. But I was pretty proud of his backstory.
That's the secret, PCM, you see? That's the trick.
That's the trick indeed.
Getting called out, PCM. See,
yes,
when your friends join chat, all of your mystery just goes out the window, huh?
This is dangerous. You might want to reconsider.
I appreciate it though, PCM. I appreciate you bringing your friends. They're a fun group.
It's even funnier to know that like we have a group on here.
It's pretty wild.
That just makes for some interesting interactions.
Oh snap, Bart Starter! All right.
Ooh,
very
yes,
nice.
One of us.
Yeah, Captain. A lot of our characters have pretty neat. The Watery Grave is actually also the title of that campaign, but it's because the ship that we sailed upon was called the Watery Grave, and Aylar was kind of thrust into being the captain,
very randomly and
unceremoniously.
And let me just say, Mars was not ready for that at all, because here she was, kind of like,
literally
okay,
her first
this
character
is my
ever.
First campaign. I'm just gonna sit and observe, and all of a sudden, Dylan's like, "Here you go, Captain." I'm like, "What?"
You made a Dexy character. You were the only Dexy character. Well, I guess no. Gellick was a stranger, so he wasn't Dexy.
No, Gellick was very not Dexy.
You know, he was a stranger, so.
And Neathel. No, Neathel was a wizard. Yes, no.
He was a wizard, yeah. Neathel was a wizard. Extreme Book Guy, I'm gonna say, take your time learning D&D before you try to dive into Pathfinder. All right, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. And the only reason I think that we're like mildly equipped to do it is because one, Dylan has done a ton of work, and two, the majority of us have at least like pretty good understanding of regular like RPG rules. So like it kind of comes after that. But you being like completely a rookie, you know, without, if I would even say, because Mars, you've only been playing for like a year, right?
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. So Mars has only been playing for a year. Mars is still a rookie. It's a 2-year line to be not a rookie. And the only reason that I think that it's still okay for us to like move to Pathfinder is because Dylan is very good at being very knowledgeable. Like walking encyclopedia vibes.
He knows his stuff. I was impressed when he was walking us through the whole thing, in all honesty.
Cobalt Chan, I had to bring it up now, PCM, because you said not to speak of it again. Or are we talking about Dead Claw? There's so many options.
See, that's exactly it, Atathis. Definitely helps.
Yeah. Well, you know, I would hope that if we do end up really enjoying Pathfinder, because Dylan is doing the starter box, right? So he's not like the beginning. I would be interested. I was thinking about trying to run some starter things because I think a lot of people get scared of Pathfinder and get scared back to 5e because it's like comfortable, you know? But it's like I want to bring more people into the beauty of Pathfinder. So as long as I feel that way consistently, you know?
So I might have missed this, but the Witch and Smith, welcome. I don't recall
the Witch
seeing
and
you
Smith.
earlier,
now we have
welcome,
Jamie's.
Welcome. Very happy to have you here.
Jamie's friend.
Oh, this one belongs to JB? Oh man.
Looks like it's so.
Wow.
The sweating Cthulhu in here, you know, I don't know.
Oh boy. Well, welcome. Let us know what you'd like to be called, by the way. If you have anything that you prefer, we'd be more than happy to call you it. You're dropping some people off.
Well, Extreme Milk Guy, if you have seen any D&D memes, the vast majority of them, probably 90% plus, are about the scheduling horrors of D&D. So, you know, you're in the same boat. I mean, look at, I think it was Audio Chaos said that they had to restart a campaign that went on hiatus. That's because people couldn't meet to play. It's a very common occurrence.
I think, what were you saying earlier today, Ori? We're the outlier?
Yes, I praise RNGesus every day. for the fact that our table is able to sort of have this consistency. Oh, thank you for the raid, Witch and Smith. Thank you, thank you.
Wow.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Apparently, my notifications are not working because they never work. And it's so sad. Because I don't know why.
Well, thank you for the raid.
Indeed.
PCM, take a moment to think about it. I'm sure I'll come back to you. Let me just scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh my gosh, so many people tonight.
Interesting. It is not working.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to have the overlay work.
Oh, and it's not?
It is not.
Oh no!
I know. Very weird.
Oh, pose ideas. PCM? JoJo pose. Come on. So simple.
Oh,
So straightforward. Poor Ori is suffering over here.
It's like I did all of this cool shit and it's just not doing it. I'm so sad. But thank you for the raid, even if stuff didn't pop up that I'm very annoyed about.
Usually stuff pops up. We usually have some very cool stuff that pops up, but
oh, very
man,
nice, Witch and Smith.
Oh, everyone, PCM, I don't think it's that. I think JoJo pose is just the most iconic.
It is a good iconic. I don't know. I would just look out. I would just go on the internet, PCM, and I would just type in like angel pose or like scared. If you go on Pinterest,
you imagine.
If you go on Pinterest and you sort of just like look up like blank pose. You just sort of, yeah, exactly, Tathy. You just sort of scroll through sometimes. Honestly, at this point in my art career, I find that 90% of the poses, I'm like, I have a very specific pose that this will be. How do I shove the character into this pose? But definitely when I was newer, it was definitely a lot of like just looking it up. Like, I wanted to draw something sort of like floating, so I looked up like floating pose, and then you just scroll through Google. And you just sort of find something nice. Oh, something Legend of Zelda.
Doesn't get any more straightforward than that.
What if it's like got iceberg vibes? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if I can pull it off though.
Falling off a cliff.
What?
Is that common for you, Jamie?
Apparently! It's the go-to!
Why?
Are all the reference...
I have so many questions.
Oh my god. Are all the reference images of you, Jamie? Oh my goodness.
I suppose so.
Okay. We got this.
Snow bear in a blizzard. Oh, that's a vibe. Not sure why it's a go-to, but it's definitely a vibe.
It's very easy. I never understood that, right? Because when I was a kid, I was the annoying nerd kid, as y'all might have guessed. And it was like, you could totally see a polar bear in a blizzard. Like, what do you mean? They're not invisible just because it's snowing. Like... And it was like, why do you have to be sarcastic about it? Just let me not draw something sometimes, huh? I see, Jamie, I see. So this is sort of a vibe. Oh, I have started putting things into Dungeon Draft, and some of it works easily, and then I had to resize like 90% of it, and then other stuff man. I'm just like, I don't understand what is happening.
What is there to understand? I'm kind of curious.
So, Okay, let me save this, and we'll do a little dungeon draft stuff because maybe somebody can help me. All right, maybe somebody can help me.
Guys, this is your chance. You get to help Ori with something.
This goes in here, and then in here, and all of my bajillion items. Okay. So, let's move to, oh, this works fine. We'll just expand it a little. Here we are, Dungeon Draft, very nice. Mega Sploot, it's a great thing. Oh, you remember what you were gonna say, PSAM? Good. There it is. Okay, great. So, I make a new, I have loaded in an asset. Like, I've made an asset pack, right? Like, I made it, I've packed it, it's here. Okay? It's checked on. We're good. I make a new thing. Now, in this asset pack, I have something. One, I don't know what this is. It keeps telling me I have an invalid JSON file. Don't know what that means. But it didn't seem to be a problem, except so first thing that happens is that when I try, I have a piece of terrain in the pack, but I can't find it. Like, I don't know where it is. This is called Dungeon Draft, and it is a specific software that is used for building maps for RPGs. But I was trying to, like, make terrain, and it doesn't come up. You know, it doesn't come up. And I don't know what to do about that, because everything else I gotta do, everything else I have, it's like I can pick my floor, which I don't like that I don't know why I can't see it, like you can see it here, like why it's not small enough. Because it's small enough in the thing, right? Like if I draw it, like it's a good size, you know?
Right.
Maybe I should make it even smaller? Like, how small is this?
Maybe?
No, like that's one block is one block.
That don't look smaller to me.
I don't know what you mean by fantasy only extreme bulk guy. It is like it's only top down to my understanding. It does so you can download like packs and stuff. Like you can get more assets than it has. As if somebody makes it and you purchase it, or you make it and you do it, you can do it. But I just don't understand. Or it's like I have this that's obviously the same size as this, but this shows its whole butt, and this only shows like an incredibly zoomed in picture. That's the first thing I don't understand. And then the second thing I don't understand is that why my terrain doesn't exist. Why doesn't my terrain exist? So, I wonder if it worked on the other one. Let me pack the other pack, maybe?
It's worth a try. I gotta be honest, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah,
I sadly can't. Jamie suggests it may be an invalid file.
Why would it be, like, I don't know what would be invalid about it. It's a PNG just like everything else, just like the example is, you know, it doesn't need a data thing. It looks all good. So it's like, I don't know.
That's confusing. Some question, you're sure it's a PNG? Formatting?
Yes, I am sure. Formatting how? Like, size? Because it's the same way I made all of the other stuff. It's the same I made the flooring tiles and everything. I'm gonna try this. If this has terrain, then I don't know what the difference is. Okay, do this. Accept. Oh, I have to reopen the tool. Goodness gracious. One part I'm not a fan of. Gotta reopen it all the time. Do this, new. Because Because if this one works, then I have no idea what the problem is. But if this one doesn't work, then I still have no idea what the problem is. Yeah, it's like, I don't know where it would be.
Either way, you don't know what the problem is.
Like, I just don't know where it would show up. Right? Oh. Nope. That's not mine. That's the built-in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is all the built-in stuff. So the JSON file is a file that it seems to create when I pack the assets. Right. So that's what it seems to happen. Okay. This one has a JSON file and the other one doesn't. I don't know why that is. Should I just delete it? Should I delete the JSON file?
Maybe? I'm not sure how that would help, though.
You're grasping at straws. No worries. Oh, just to see so it doesn't screw it fully up? But the other one didn't work and the other one doesn't have a JSON file and it didn't do it. So, I don't know.
Such is life sometimes.
Yeah. The problem is that it's just like... it feels like there's very little online resources to help figure out how to do this. It's like there's one video I've seen that's like, this is how you can put assets into Dungeon Draft. And it
is incredibly specific, so I'm not surprised.
I made it myself. It's my own art. So it's like in the hunting grounds, right? Like you go to textures, you go to terrain, and then it has these different terrains, right? And this is like exactly what the program does, because when you go, I have like an example of a pack, right? This is the example pack. It goes to textures, and you go to terrain, and there's the sample terrain. No problem, JB. I appreciate the help. I was just curious if anybody knew Dungeon Draft in here, because it seems to be like a very common thing. A lot of people like it, but I just don't seem to
really follow the nuances.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I mean, it's really cool to make your own maps. It really gives it a nice added bit of personality.
I don't know of a forum.
Anything on Reddit, perhaps?
Yeah, I'd have to look into it more. I had like watched this video before and it looked pretty straightforward, but then now I'm running into this issue and it's just like, this is supposed to be the simple bit. Like this specific one is supposed to be easy, but I don't know why it's not. So I don't know.
Oh, such is life sometimes.
I see PCM.
Oh, is that like a kind of iceberg underneath the lily?
That's what I was trying to do, but I don't know.
It's interesting. I kind of like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it works. Now you just gotta make the top look a little less lily and more, ice. Oh, things are getting interesting. How are they getting interesting, PCM? What's happened? What's gone down? You can't just say that and not tell us.
I don't know. The lily ain't happening either. I feel like I'm making it too ovaloid. And it shouldn't be.
Maybe some more references are needed.
More just like, I don't know. It's not doing what I want.
Everyone ganging up on PCM. Oh my gosh.
Really, everyone. This is what happened, PCM. You're outnumbered now, you know? You used to have the high ground, Anakin. but no longer. I just had popcorn and now I'm so hungry still, and I don't understand.
Because popcorn is nothing but air.
There's food in there. I also had stuff. I don't know. Oh, I see. That's what we're talking about. Neffy's secret telling. Fanciful. Yeah, maybe this will make it better. We'll see. If this looks better, then it was just me drawing it kind of stupid.
Gotta say, those are some nice lilies.
Yeah, they're massive, you know? There's pictures of people sitting babies on them. It's like, I don't know. It's fine, but I don't know if it doesn't feel cool enough, you know? I don't know. It doesn't feel fantastical enough.
No, you gotta meet the rule of cool.
And that's where the issue sort of ends up lying. Yeah, they're big. They're big boys.
Oh, so Ori, I talked about my character a little bit. Did you want to talk about yours?
I feel like it sums it up in the like. I don't have a backstory or vibe very much. I'm friendly.
No, but you can talk about what you are.
I'm a summoner, which means I have a friend pet that can talk, and I get to be them too. So really, I'm two characters for one. And then I am a spider, but also a person, but also essentially a Gansey, which is the best character combination possible. The Gansey is. The Gansey is what the Tiefling in D&D wanted to be aesthetic-wise, you know? If you have never... I've shown a Gansey on stream before, because that one keeps me going. But if you haven't, look it up. So, Neko Namakan, this is supposed to be a ice lily, and it's supposed to be one that, like, supposedly you can stand on, but then it explodes and it freezes you. So it's very ice. Tiefling, I don't know. I change it up every time.
I literally say Tiefling different every time I say it.
I
have no idea how
can't
to pronounce
settle.
Tiefling.
It just exists. It just happens. You know. Who cares? Is there a pronunciation guide? If there's something official out there that tells me how to say it, I'll change my heretic ways. But until then,
there might be.
Something out of Mario? Yeah, maybe. Yes, it is like pronounced either, but both are correct. So, you know, that doesn't really narrow it down. Root system throughout the ice. Okay, I see what you're saying. That could be a sort of thing. Like sort of growing through the block.
There's an idea.
They're talking about... You really are, Johnham. Isn't it all a simulation at that point? It's all just one big simulation. Tiefling? Alright, tiefling it is then. If that's what the internet says, Jamie. Will I forget? Probably.
I guess it must be tiefling then.
I think the reason I've said tiefling is because, like, the first person who ever told me about D&D pronounced it tiefling. I think that's what happened.
Did they really?
I think that's what happened, yeah.
Ah. I see. Well, That would do it. That would definitely do it.
Only if you want to, PC.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea, Necronomicon.
A water lettuce.
I think we need some references.
Ah, okay. Oh, they're so fuzzy. The water lettuce don't attach to the
These
floor?
are interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a water lettuce before.
I don't think they're where we are. Looks like Philippines stuff. They're very feathery looking. Perfect, PCM. See, that's the ticket, huh?
Isn't it always?
Problem is trying to make the iceberg inside look 3D-y.
That can be really tricky sometimes.
Another other boyfriend?
The other one, that one, and yet another.
I guess there's degrees of painful, PCM, alright? There's degrees of painful.
Oh, I see, Jamie.
Okay. Alright. I'll do my best.
Well, I think you've definitely proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt how it's actually pronounced, so... We shall adjust accordingly. Well, I shall try. I'll probably still mess up.
Because again, it just changes every time. I just decide every time how I want to do it or not. That's my secret cap. I'm never sure.
It's a secret to life, in fact.
Okay, let's move it up again, I guess.
Oh, I see what you're going for. Okay.
Ah, yes.
Jamie, that's the vibe. I mean, Ori and I have glasses too. We always push them up when we have something to prove.
You gotta. It's a requirement. When you get glasses, they tell you that you have to do that now. You're legally required.
No, when I got my glasses, I was told you must push them up every time you answer a question or no one will take you seriously.
Exactly.
Because how do you know a point is proven unless you pushed up your glasses first?
You never will.
Well, John and I don't have to imagine.
No, Johnum's one of those rare non-glasses users.
Yeah,
I think his time will come. You know, I think his time will come.
How the hell do you people go through life and never have something wrong with your eyes? You just see without aided assistance? What is that? That's witchcraft.
That is witchcraft because you could afford LASIKs.
Okay, kind of off topic, but still sort of. Ori, would you ever consider laser eye surgery?
I've debated it. Every once in a while, I sort of like think about it in the sense of like it would be, you know, convenient, right? To not have to worry about it. The two problems I have is that it's like I like how I look with glasses, right? Like I prefer how I look with glasses. So I want to have glasses because I like how I look with glasses. I don't like taking them off for pictures and stuff. Like I like how I look with them. So it is like, that's a thing. And then, but it's like, you could get like lensless glasses, right? And do that. So it's like, that's not the biggest deal. And it would be nice to not have to have glasses, right? Like, you know, you could take them off and like watch your phone in your bed and like easily or something. Or like I could sit here with my computer and like not have them on or something. Or, you know, I don't know. It would just be kind of nice. But it is that sort of like, there's also technically a risk, even if it's a small one, you know, and it is expensive. And, you know, people get up in arms about should you be able to wear fake glasses or not. So it's like, I don't know if I want to be part of that discourse. And so it's definitely like, it would be much more convenient. You could have goggles, you know, when swimming and see actually clearly instead of just kind of not really. Why even bother having goggles at this point? You know, like that sort of thing. You could wear safety glasses, and they don't have to be special safety glasses.
That would be nice.
You like all this sort of stuff. You could wake up
get very
and
upset,
see.
Jamie.
You could wake up and see? Yeah, no, they do. People have discourse because they like try to come at you and they try to be like, you wouldn't get a wheelchair as like an accessory. That's what glasses are. And I'm like,
I know why people do that. Quick question, Ori. Necronomicon wants to post pictures of the plants they found at work.
So,
where
to? In the Discord, if you get the classroom roll with the backpack from the map, you can then post all of your fun stuff in the classroom. You can post it in, I would say, yeah, you can post it in like materials or even raised bed would work. Both are
probably
in the
raised
category.
bed.
Raised bed.
Plant,
yeah,
right?
I think raised bed would work.
Yeah.
I'll at you in there if that's helpful.
Oh, so Jamie, the reason I think people get upset over fake glasses, at least with the discourse from people who actually do wear glasses, I mean, we grew up on 90s movies. We all know the nerd stereotype. We all know the nerd who wears glasses, and the nerd gets teased a lot. I think it's particularly frustrating to people who endured that bullying to now see these people wearing what they used to actually help them see as just another fashion accessory and be praised for it instead of being teased.
Especially when they were like Coke bottle thick and you could barely afford your one pair, and it was like...
Now, I'm also like, I'm pretty sure we're out of that generation, so I think the discourse is dying off a lot, which is like, clothing is going to change context as you go, like, down the timeline. Like, where glasses were something to be teased, now it's more
Everybody has glasses. Like
everyone has them. And it's like, now people aren't even using them to enhance their eyesight. They're just wearing them because it's cool. It's like when people were wearing mustache necklaces in the 2010s or something. I don't know why that was a thing. It just was.
Oh, that's such a vibe, though.
But I think that's where at least half of the discourse comes from. I think it comes from people who actually rely on glasses that got relentlessly teased when they were kids, and now suddenly it's the cool thing to do. It kind of feels like a slap in the face.
My understanding comes from the idea of people trying to be too woke for their own good.
How so?
Well, it's like I said before, the argument I've heard is like, you wouldn't just buy a wheelchair to look nice or something. Like, you wouldn't have crutches as like a fashion accessory or something. Like, having poor eyesight is a disability. Like, you know, you not needing glasses and using glasses is like making fun of that. What about all the people who don't have glasses in the first place? And it's just like, wouldn't it be nicer to normalize wheelchairs if they weren't so expensive to have them be fashion statements? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's not me. So it's just like, I don't know. So it's one of those things. So it's a combination of like, I know that there is a risk, though a small risk, that it like damages your eyesight in the end, LASIX. And it's like, you know, sometimes it's like, is that worth it or not? And then, like I said, I like having glasses, but it is also like, I could drive without glasses, you know, or like I could wear sunglasses and not have to get like prescription sunglasses, you know, like I said, God, all of the things that that normal people take for granted on like putting on your eyes, like goggles, you know, safety goggles, sunglasses, you know, all that sort of stuff is just like, no. The other thing is that I'd love to try out like wearing colored contacts for cosplay and going like really ham.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's my big
for
one.
cosplay, so many characters don't wear glasses. So either you're wearing glasses and you don't fit the cosplay like as much as you could if you just didn't wear glasses, or you don't wear your glasses and then you're blind.
Yeah. It's like no in between.
That's hilarious, Jamie. That's hilarious. I made costumes for last year's Comic-Con for Dylan and I, and we went as Invincible and Adam Eve. And I had the whole, like, I made all of the whole costume. Dylan had like a headpiece, and we got like these mirror reflective swimming goggles that that's fine, Necronomicon. That were like reflective over them. So honestly, I'm so proud of that costume. He looked really, really good, but because of the goggles, he didn't wear his glasses. Now, Dylan is thankfully not as visually impaired as I am, and I'm still not that visually impaired if I'm being honest. So, like, he could navigate pretty well without them, but it was definitely like he had to get closer during the artist alley. Like, we had to walk like right there, you know, for him to see it. Like, I couldn't point something out like across the way and like be like, look at that cool thing. He's like, I don't know what the hell you're
like,
talking
nope,
about.
Can't see it.
And that sort of thing. So he chose to not wear glasses to complete the look, and honestly, I appreciate him immensely for it because we got stopped for so many pictures, and but I was Adam Eve and I was wearing glasses the whole time, and she doesn't wear glasses, so it was like no, exactly, Jamie.
Make a compromise. Like, seeing is important.
So it is one of those things where it's like, maybe when I get eye insurance again. I don't currently have eye insurance, so I just have regular medical insurance. So, you know, I'll revisit it maybe, but it's always a back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, I would really want it, and then other times I'm like,
On second thought, maybe not.
I can see. So my glasses are for distance. And I have to be like about 6 inches from my face to see perfectly clearly. Maybe a little farther. Most a foot. At most a foot is like as far as I can see clearly and read something. But so that means that I can't draw. I can't sit at the computer and draw without my glasses on. It's too far away.
Me neither.
It's too far away. It's the reading. I always find when I was in school, when I would take tests, I would like put my head down. I liked to put my head down on the desk and look at the test sideways. I don't know why. That's just how I took tests. So I'd like lean my head. I would be completely hunched over, lean my head on the desk, and then write my answers like that, like looking at the test from like horizontally. I would take my glasses off for that. Yeah, exactly. I would take my glasses off for that because 1, it was close enough to my face, and 2, it's uncomfortable to do that with glasses on. So I would take my glasses off for that.
Honestly, I took my glasses off for tests too because it was like, at least back then, I liked to put my face like close to the paper because I would like hunch over it to try to see.
Yeah.
So, like, the glasses always came off because I was like, oh, I should probably try not to strain my eyes. But now it's like, they never come off. And my eyesight is probably trash at the moment.
It's also interesting because at this point, it is like they have, like, blue light filtering in them, right? My glasses do. So it's like, oh, you know, it's maybe better for me to have my glasses on while doing work than not because they're blue light filtering, you know? Who knows?
See, I was torn. I would either go for blue light or I'd go for transition lenses.
I have both.
I'll be honest, I have plastic frames, not wire frames. So like those snap-on sunglasses that they sell at they sell them somewhere and I can't remember, but they like clip on to the frame of your glasses. That does not work for plastic glasses. So I either need to get a separate pair of sunglasses that have my prescription, or I get transition lenses. Which I think transition lenses would be more ideal because, one, less to keep track of, and two, I wouldn't have to worry about switching them out all the time.
Yeah, I have both in my glasses, so honestly, blue light seems to be relatively standard nowadays. But
is it?
Yeah, it seems so. Jamie, I like to say that my prescription is at a level where before driving was a thing, if I didn't have to drive, I could live my life fine and successfully and not need glasses. So it's not so bad that I'm like impaired to the extent outside of driving. Like, I probably could manage driving, but definitely not as safely as you should.
Not recommended.
Not recommended, but I'm definitely like not the worst. But then Dylan is even lighter than that, is my understanding.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know I would not be able to drive without my glasses. I need to be able to see.
I don't know. Is this icy icy lily pad vibes? I don't know.
Let's see. Ah, I love those roots.
Well, you can thank Necronomicon for that.
Yeah, good call. Oh, same, Jamie. Same. It's like, that's how I noticed I needed glasses in the first place, because I was just getting headaches all the time in 2nd grade, and it was really bad, and I was squinting a lot, and I forget how it happened. They probably sent me to the nurse's office for like a routine checkup, or like just to make sure things were like all right, and I probably failed it bad. And then they took me to the eye doctor. They were like, yep, nope, you need glasses. I don't recall any particular feelings that came from having glasses. Like, I didn't have a moment of panic where it was like, no, don't give me these, I'm gonna be teased, or like, no, I don't want these. I think I just kind of shrugged my shoulders and was like, okay. Hey, you just stayed in 2023.
Well, right now we're talking about glasses.
I see you're getting ready early.
D&D vibes are, I'm drawing a ice lily, I guess, that explodes when you touch it and freezes you. So that's the vibe. You had glasses before? Did you get them? Oh, you lost them.
Oh.
That does, well, I guess you don't need them now. I got glasses.
That was my reaction to Jamie.
Grade? I think I got glasses in ninth grade. 9th or 10th grade. I
don't remember you having them in middle school, if I remember.
I definitely didn't have them in middle school. I got them in high school. I got them like right after Sandy, I think. So I think that was 10th grade. It was 9th or 10th grade. So I didn't have any. I remember going to the doctor at one point before that time and slightly struggling with the eye test, like just barely, with like one of the very, very low ones, and I like burst out crying to my mother like, I don't want glasses. I distinctly remember this. And so we didn't get glasses. And then, but I didn't like have a problem seeing the board, and I didn't have a problem with anything, like I didn't have issues. And then it was, in like 10th grade, it was like, I can't see the board now, right? Like I can't, not even from the front seat. Like, because I think the other thing was I always sat in the front, right? Like I was a front seat kid. So it was never like I sat in the back and I couldn't see the board, because that you probably can't see the board sooner, because you're further away. So I always sat in the front, so I was relatively close. So I could always see the board pretty well. And so I remember having the moment, I was like, no, I can't see the board, I need glasses. And at that point, I was kind of like, okay with it, because I think when I first had it, it was probably like, I was like, late elementary school, early middle school. So it was like, not like I wasn't ready yet. But then definitely when I got glasses, it was like, I was okay. I wasn't moved to the front, Aiden. I liked sitting in the front because I am a nerd and I like my teachers most of the time. So I would choose to sit in the front because at least in my high school, most of the time you were allowed to pick your seats, at least in the classes I had. So I liked to sit in the front. And then I remember going to the eye doctor, and I remember doing all the tests, and I remember being given like the little test lenses at the end where it's like, this is what your prescription will be. And that's the vibe, Jamie, though. That's the vibe. I used to always sit in the front. College came way in the back. I don't want to be near the front.
See, that was funny. That was opposite for me.
Yeah. But
because I started out like in the middle or in the back in middle school, high school, and then college I navigated to the front of the room. But yeah. I think that was more just to show the professor like, hey, I'm here and engaged and listening. Less so I can't see. Although, okay, so similar, a little off topic. I had a very bad impacted ear at the beginning of this school year. Like, really bad. I could barely hear out of my right ear at all. It was just completely clogged. And, like, as I was driving, it would pop horribly. And I start my first day of school, and it's like, I am sitting on the left side of the room because I can tilt my head in a way that the sound is entering my left ear.
Oh my God.
And not the right one where I can't hear at all. So, yeah, you want to talk about how much not being able to hear yourself impacts how much you talk and volunteer and interact with your class?
A lot.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time, big time. Like, you wouldn't believe what an impact it has. It's crazy. I didn't realize it until I experienced it, and I am in this field.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just one of those things you don't realize until you actually experience it.
Yeah, you don't realize what it was until it's gone, right?
Exactly.
But, I remember getting the glasses, and I remember sort of, like, having the moment of, like, I'm supposed to be able to see that tree has individual leaves over there. Like that.
Oh, I remember that.
The other thing, so this is, I forgot about this being a reason why I had thought about getting LASIX in the past. My job used to be, it was essentially an arborist, right? So I would go look at people's trees. So essentially, 90% of the time, I am craning my neck to look directly up under me, right? To try and get every angle of the tree. Now, when it's raining, your glasses just get completely wet and, like, you know, just you can't see with them on, or you have certain weather patterns and now your glasses are fogging up all the time because it's nice and warm in the car and then it's cold outside, or it's nice and cold in the car and then it's hot outside, or whatever, you know, like the temperature changes is bad, so now my glasses are fogging up all the time and it's like I can barely see, and that's what I need to do for my job. So it's like that was a big multiple times I had like the if I had LASIX I could just take my glasses off, you know, and not have this issue. So it was like
oh no, I feel that the struggle is real.
But exactly, Jamie, that moment I was like, wait, this is what most people see, is trees having individual leaves, or like that the lines.
Yes. It's not just a big green blob.
Yeah, it's not just a green blur, or that the lines for the cartoons that I watch on the TV are supposed to have like clear, crisp black lines and not be kind of fuzzy, you know?
And guys, that's how Ori became an artist. When she realized those lines were there, she realized she could draw.
Honestly, timeline-wise, that's fairly accurate in the sense of I definitely had glasses when I started doing art, because if I got glasses in 10th grade is what I consider the start of my art journey. Exactly, Jamie, exactly. The details.
So I'm curious, reflecting back on it, do you think being able to see like kind of help you on your art journey?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so correlation does not equal causation.
No, it literally just seems to be a timing thing. Because one, when you're doing art, again, when I did art, my face is like test-wise, right? Like right up next to the book. You're like, my nose is in the book. If you watch me do art in like a sketchbook, like I'm hunched, you know, I'm doing all the crazy shit. It is not good for my back, all that sort of stuff. No, it just also happened to be the time that I learned that Tumblr existed, when it was, you know, its original glory, and and that's what got me into art, because like Gravity Falls was a thing, and that was like the big start of it. Yeah, drawing with my nose, exactly. It's good neck motion, neck skill, neck rotation, all that sort of stuff. It's very, very important, very swirly, whirly, hurly-burly. I don't know about the words. Oh, Mars, I was right. If you put it on mod viewing mode, all of the icons are there.
Oh, I see.
Okay. I think this is a ice lily enough. Is what it's gonna be. It is what it's gonna be. Alright, guys. Do we want to quickly go surprise Cinder with a he's a jolly good fellow before it hits midnight?
It's Cinder's birthday.
It's Cinder's birthday today.
What do you say?
Well, it'll just be a second. We'll just hop in. We'll hop into his Discord. His avatar will pop up on our screen, and we're gonna sing for "He's a Jolly Good Fellow," right?
He's a jolly good fellow.
Because we have to not copyright.
Copyright.
Yeah, we gotta not copyright. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. The best there ever was. Right? That's what it is.
Just to clarify what's happening, we're going to his Discord.
Yes, we're going to. So in his Discord. And we're just gonna interrupt, okay? We're not gonna be nice. We're not gonna be kind. We're just gonna.
I'm trying to find it. Where is it?
Very at the bottom. Do you not see it?
I see a couple there, but I don't see anyone else in there.
Okay, so pick general. I'm gonna have to pull you in, okay? Because I'm a mom.
All right.
I'm gonna have to pull you in.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Alrighty. So go into general, and then I'll pull you in, okay?
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Stronger, harder, or whatever the phrase.
Stronger, harder, faster, stronger.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. The best there ever was. Yay! Happy birthday, Cinder!
Hello.
Woo!
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Cinder.
How's it going?
Going good. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Much. You guys make me smile so much.
I knew it would be better if we said nothing and just came in.
I knew it.
Hey! How are you, beautiful creatures? Thunderforged, hello, buddy. Oh my god, Origami, Mari. You're two of my favorite people on the internet. Hi.
Oh, look at that. We beat everybody else in
I'm gonna look right in the camera.
You did.
I'm just looking at you. You and your beautiful faces. Hi. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good.
Doing good. How about you on this fine historic day?
I'm gonna be. How honest do you want me to be with you?
Good
right
night,
now, Mari? On a scale
Necronomicon.
from 1 to 100.
Go for 100. Go big or go home.
First of all, I'm having a great time.
Beautiful.
Second of
Lovely.
all, I am intoxicated. And I'm intoxicated to the point where if 100% intoxicated is like, you shouldn't be streaming, go to bed. And 50% intoxicated is like, peak streaming intoxicated. I would say that I am at 60 to 70%.
That's pretty high.
I'm not sure whether to be impressed or worried.
I'm not a huge drinker, is the thing. Listen, I like being a goof and I like being a gaff, but I'm not a huge... Whatever. Intoxicants have never been a big part of my life growing up. It is what it is. Don't judge me. Go fuck yourself. But tonight, I was like, I'm going to get a six-pack, and I like sour beers, and I like the company.
Hi, Anima.
Like the Victory Brewery.
Yes,
so
Anima, this is Cinder's
and normally, I would
avatar.
say a beer is somewhere between like 4% and 5% alcohol. The beers that I got were 9.5% alcohol, and I didn't know that when I bought them. So I'm a little more intoxicated than I anticipated
Than you
being
expected.
this evening.
Very nice.
But I love you guys. It's so nice to see you. What do you do? Are you streaming right now? What are you doing?
We are streaming.
We are. Yes,
We
it's
just-
our drawing
we
and
wanted
dragons
to,
night.
We wanted to pop in, celebrate. We had this
Aw.
planned out.
We had plans.
Chat agreed.
Aw.
And yeah, we just wanted to pop in, give you a little, you know, copyright-free surprise, and pop out back. Just don't interrupt for too long.
You're amazing. You're wonderful. I love you guys. You're the best. Thank you so much.
I'm
It's
glad.
Very, very sweet of you.
All right, have fun.
All right. I might come hang out with you. in a
All
little
right,
bit.
well, you know where to find us.
If I listen, I'm gonna be very. Let me be very honest with both of you here right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna finish this 6-pack tonight because I kind of made a joke that I had to finish a certain amount of beers per items that I reviewed.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no. So if I do come hang out with you tonight and I'm too much in any direction, just let me know.
We'll
I will
always
stop.
let you know, Cinder, but never happened
will.
yet. So you got
I'm
a pretty
sure
good
it'll be
record.
Because you are two very.
We-
both
We
of
got
you.
midnight brain
Both of
kicking
you.
in. If you come on, like, after a
Both of
6-pack,
you.
I'm sure it'll gel fine.
Listen. Can I be very blunt with you here? I gotta change the music. I'm just gonna put on freaking epic music for a second. Come on, you guys can't hear it, but the audience can, so it makes a big difference.
Yeah. The presentation.
Listen. Whatever this friendship started as, you know, whatever our goals are as creators, as people out here in this goddamn universe, trying to make content, trying to be goofs online. You build a certain amount of relationships doing that. You know what I mean? And they're mostly very casual. Very, very low energy. A lot of work that needs to go into them. And they're just there, and they're just nice. But they don't do anything. They're just kind of like a part of your existence. Now what I would say to you, and I'm going to be honest, I say this to you, Origami, and at this point, Mari, I say this to you also, because this is a newer thing between you and I, but my God, is it nice.
Aw.
You guys and I, we have achieved the next level. We have stepped beyond the realm of casual. And I like that. I know in my heart of hearts that if I was feeling bad, if I was having a hard time in life, in real life, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it, I could. And it would go well. And I know that if you were having a hard time in your life of lives and you wanted to talk about it, I would be eager to carry that and to hold it for you. And that is so fucking cool. That's so nice.
What an honor.
Indeed.
It's so nice. It's awesome.
Look at
I
that.
love it.
We're outranking everybody else here. Look at.
That's beautiful.
I'm not nice, John. Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna burn your village to the ground. I'm gonna find everybody you ever cared about, and I'm gonna teach them how to pee their pants, but not teach them how to be okay with it.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Living in a life
man.
of shame.
My goodness. The 180 here. Whew. All right.
What is
But
that?
anyway, you
chaotic
guys are
evil
wonderful.
or
I love
chaotic
you.
neutral?
I love you. You're wonderful. You're the
Just
best.
chaos. All
I
right.
appreciate
See you,
stopping
Cinder.
by. All right. Tell your chat I say hi.
They can hear you. You say hi.
Hey, chat. Hey, nerds. I love you. Tell them I
You
say I love you.
freaking nerds.
All right. Good
right.
night.
Aren't
Please,
we
maybe
all?
we'll see you later. Have fun with your
All right.
your
All right.
stream.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. I
All right, we're back on our own
Took-
thing.
Again, I'm not as quick
Here's
as
our
you,
detour.
Ori.
Oh, thank you, Johnum. Yeah, how dare you, Mars? How dare you not be so quick on the draw with me?
I'm trying.
It only matters what Discord server I'm in, so you know that's when the icons pop up. We are indeed a Tathis. I mean, I have the coveted role of Archmod. I always mix those two up.
There you go.
Archmod in Cinder's Discord. So you know, there's something going on.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you, PCM. I'll try harder in the future, I promise.
I know. It's very different. It was Anima.
It was.
Cinder's always chaos, and then Cinder plus alcohol. You know, it's like
Even more so.
kiwi on coffee. You know,
Coffee.
It's kiwi on coffee. Oh, well,
do
we're
tell,
all
Anima. I'm
ears,
curious.
or eyes, however you want to interpret that. But thank you, Johnum. Our chat says hi as well to Cinder's chat. Okay.
Yes.
Secrets.
It's a mutual hello.
Indeed. But I'm going to be changing gears a little bit.
Alrighty.
I did that, and you know, I don't. That's it, and that's the end. I did the other art. Whoop. And I don't want this one. Go away. Hide yourself. Hide yourself. Okay. And so.
Oh, really, Anima? I'm not sure what you mean by background. You mean like the little
overlay
shapes we have going on here? The overlay? Thank you. That's the word.
Exactly, Jamie. Cinder's just chaos.
Oh, boy.
And then now when he drinks, it's just, you know, double chaos. And so, you know, I didn't expect. The intoxication was a surprise to me as well.
I mean, it's his birthday. The guy's gotta have fun.
I know. I'm not upset.
I say go all out. Do you know how much cake I ate when it was my birthday?
Yeah, so the overlays, Anima. You get drunk off cake, Mars? You eat rum cake?
Not drunk, just going overboard.
Oh, well, PCM, why not? Why not do it, huh?
Yeah, that could be kind of fun,
You know?
Actually.
Could be very fun.
Oh, I agree, Jamie. I mean, I'm
100%.
just not one for booze.
I am not one for booze at all.
It's fine if other people want to do it. I don't judge. I don't care. I just cannot stand the taste of it. Like, most of it burns my throat. I choke on it. It doesn't even taste good. Where's the reward for putting myself through that?
Exactly. No, 100%.
Now, I will say, the one thing that is very good, I went to a friend's wedding this past summer, and when we were taking the limo back to her house, we had some champagne in the limo. And I will say, that tasted very good.
I can't do any alcohol. All alcohol tastes like rubbing alcohol. I will say, Jamie, I'm okay with alcohol in food if it's incredibly little amounts and it's definitely fully all the alcohol cooked away. But I would prefer it not to be.
For the most
100%.
part, it's usually all cooked away.
I
don't
find
think
that
you
I
ever
find
have
a
to
lot of
worry
fun
about
cheese
that.
fondues that have beer in it. Beer cheese fondues. They kind of
Cheese
end up.
fondue? Really?
Oh yeah, all the time. They always have an
never
alcohol in
would've
them.
expected that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Fondue.
Well, Anima, I'm very flattered. Copying is the highest form of flattery, and subconscious copying, you know, even better. You didn't
Even
even
better.
think about it, right? We're just that much of a role model. Yes, who should Johnum kill? Anima says Cinder. I feel like that might void the coupon, Johnum, Anima. So, you know, that'd probably be a thing. I joked once, Anima, that I said, who needs drugs when you can get the same high off of just not breathing air? And that came from me being an oboist. And if you've ever played the oboe, which I wouldn't be surprised if nobody here has played the oboe, but if you have played the oboe, it has a lot of wind, like air resistance. So you're blowing in very hard and not a lot of air is making its way through the instrument. So you actually have to not only take moments to breathe in more air, you actually have to take moments to breathe out air because you just physically can't breathe out all your air into the instrument. So when you're doing some crazy shit on the oboe, you get very lightheaded and woozy. And so I would joke that it's like, who needs drugs when you could have the withdrawal of symptoms of not breathing air? And there you go. There you go, sleep deprivation. See, who needs drugs? They're expensive.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Honestly, I think I get the same rush from drinking coffee.
The amount of money that you would save by not drinking alcohol as much as some people do, especially if you go out to like bars to drink alcohol, that shit is expensive.
It's crazy expensive so fast.
That is true, PCM. It would save on storytelling time because it's just there. It would ruin the dish.
Oh my God,
wow,
John.
Jamie, I've never had that problem.
I will say my parents do cook with red wine and white wine, but it's always cooked off by the end. Like it's literally just a flavor enhancer. And you really don't taste it at all.
Jamie, I'm curious if you like coffee and tea. Because if you don't, I might have a fun fact for you, you know? Because I know I have this fun fact. And it's very important. And it's about plant stuff. Okay, yeah. Are they bitter, Jamie? Would you call them bitter? This is a very fun fact. I love talking about this fact because I have this. No, exactly, Anima. A dinghy in the Discord. That is usually how they're described, Jamie. So, Jamie, what I would say is that, oh, that's so fun, though, Anima. I love it. It's little mushrooms. That's really cute. These are Anima's little, overlays. Oh! They're very, with the little kitties. Very nice.
Oh my gosh, I
so
love
cute.
them.
I love it. Oh, adorable.
Anima, this is good.
Adorable.
This is really good.
So, Jamie.
I love that.
There is a compound in many plants, a very wide amount of plants, that is called tannins. And tannins are found very strongly in a lot of alcohols, including red wines, barrel-aged alcohols, coffee, tea. They are what we used to use to tan leather with to make it darker because it has this very dark brown orange color. Now, certain people have much stronger sensitivities to tannins as a compound in their taste buds, just like some people find cilantro tastes like soap, or this sort of thing. So it's incredibly bitter. I will say that if you feel the need to try this, if you go to an oak tree and you cut out a little bit of an oak tree, you'll see that of the bark, you'll see that the inner bark is actually a bright orange color. And if you taste that, you'll probably think it is the worst thing you've ever tasted in the world. If you've ever licked a Switch cartridge, it tastes like that. It's horribly bitter.
Switch cartridge. Man.
It is literally bitters like, concentrate. Yeah, exactly. Eat an oak tree for science. It won't kill you. It'll just taste horrible. But my point is that, so people who don't like red wine, like whiskeys, anything aged in an oak barrel, because they're aged in oak barrels, which have lots of tannins, or tea or coffee, and it's because they find it bitter. That's why. Because you're just extra sensitive to tannins. Yeah, Switch cartridge, Jamie. Yeah. Oh! I warned you. Horrible, right?
Isn't it the worst?
We're just gonna ignore the cheese slander,
you wouldn't
John.
expect it either.
It's horrible. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore the cheese slander, John, because Mars, do you like cheese? I know you don't really eat cheese.
I'm honestly not the biggest fan of it, to be honest.
So we keep Mars around.
Sorry, I tried melted cheese at your house the other day. When we went to Wendy's, they accidentally put cheese. To be fair, I didn't ask for it not on there because I completely forgot that it was even going to be
an option.
So I cannot blame the poor employees for that, nor would I. They have it hard enough.
I'm also cheese man, John.
I recently got myself some lactate pills. And basically, the way lactose intolerance works, this is interesting. My body does produce the enzyme that is needed to digest lactose. It's not like it's not producing it at all. Like, say, I think that's the way it works with a gluten intolerance. However, it doesn't produce enough of the enzyme to digest lactose. So there's like some amounts of dairy I can handle, but there's a threshold, right? There's a cap where if I go beyond that limit, my body can't handle it anymore.
Oh, I think Jamie's in the lactase deficiency club.
Oh, maybe. You know, technically, all humans outside of babies are lactose intolerant. We are not supposed to drink milk.
Yeah,
but we do.
So that's the interesting thing. Lactose intolerance is the original trait, but because of, like you said, that we don't just not produce it at all, just like beans, we have the same problem with beans. That's why it's classically the joke, haha, beans give you the farts, right? Like that's why, because we don't have the full amount of the enzymes to digest beans. If you continuously consume beans or you continuously consume milk from that early age when you're not lactose intolerant because you need to drink your mother's milk, right? You know, like that's kind of how evolution worked.
Well, that's where all your nutrients is coming from.
So at that point, when you did indeed have to drink milk and have to be able to digest milk, if you continuously continue to drink milk throughout your life, you won't become lactose intolerant. But a lot of people become lactose intolerant later in life because they stop drinking as much milk and they start losing that amount of lactate. No, exactly, John. I drink 2 cups of milk a day, just straight warm. I have milk and tea. Cheese is the best. Yogurt's amazing. I definitely don't go. I'm not gonna go lactose intolerant. But some people are more predisposed.
You might when you hit a certain age, Ori, because it does happen. But back to what I was saying about the lactate pills. So I take these pills to basically add more enzyme to my body. That way I can eat the cheese. That's what lactate milk is too. They just crush up this enzyme into the milk. That's what you're paying for, is essentially extra enzyme and apparently more sugar.
Lactate
There's like
pill
12
milk.
grams sugar
well, because
in
the
it.
problem that happens is that lactase is what sours milk, right? So that's how we get sour milk.
Exactly.
So you have to add the sugar so that it doesn't taste like it went bad.
Yeah. But it's like 12 grams of sugar. And I tried a different brand a couple months ago. I don't remember the brand.
But it wasn't Lactaid, because that's a brand.
I think it was Fairlife. If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was definitely less sweet. But like it was a noticeably less sweet. And I was like, I think I like this more. The problem is the bottles are minuscule for the price it is.
Oh, that one was the worst.
Yeah, we're not getting a sponsor from them anytime soon. Now that I've denounced them like that.
You were singing their praises. No, I want Big Dairy to come sponsor me, thank you.
But yeah, so way off tangent, but so I had a lactate pill at Ori's house, and then I started eating my burger BLT. I forgot what I ordered, but it had cheese on it, and I'm trying it. I'm like, yeah, it tastes like melted plastic. I don't think I'm missing out on that much.
You haven't eaten good cheese, Mars. Okay,
I haven't.
Mars, if you would like to, because I of course I don't put out cheese during our meet and greets because you know you don't normally eat it, right? You know, that's fine. However, if you would be so inclined as to desire me to put together the most delectable charcuterie for you to sample and prove that there are good cheeses out there and you're not just eating sad Kraft Singles Plus, I am more than willing to do so. As you know, my love for charcuterie is top tier.
Oh, I will take you up on that offer.
All right.
I mean, the next day is Friday, so if I die, I can do that because I don't have to do anything on Friday.
There you go.
So,
awesome.
There
Great.
we go.
I
If
will
it
make
backfires
sure
horribly,
that we get
I can
lots
afford
of
to be
delicious
fed the
cheeses
next day.
with crackers and delicious, and I will put out a charcuterie smorgasbord. I won't force feed her. John. However, I will make her feel bad that she can't eat cheese, okay? Yeah,
Okay, guys, the thing I hate that I can't eat the most is desserts.
Ice cream and...
Like ice cream. Not even just ice cream. Cake.
It's that much milk in it that you can't
heavy
do cake?
frosting. Sometimes cake gets me.
Interesting.
Especially buttercream. Buttercream is a big one. Cream cheese frosting. Cheesecake. Hello.
Well, yeah, cheesecake is that I understand, but like I don't know,
so
like
good.
vanilla cake.
I don't know how they did it. Okay, guys, So I've said it many times. I went to New Paltz for my undergrad, and there was a bakery on campus. I think it opened my second year, my third year. It was relatively new. But man, it was amazing. They had so many good treats there, and they even had non-dairy options. I swear to God, there was a non-dairy cheesecake. I don't know how they did it. It was kind of wild.
Okay, now you're gonna make me look up non-dairy cheesecake.
I am.
You are, because now I need to know. Because if you're saying it was delicious, I am willing to make it. You know what I'm saying?
I swear to God, I'm looking it up too. The first thing you get is like this branded stuff. I'm seeing perfect dairy-free cheesecake from one blog.
Oh, do you remember the name of the bakery?
Let me see. SUNY New Paltz.
Because I'm curious if they have like someone re-engineered them or something.
It's called Sweets and Treats. Oh, I wonder if I could find it on their menu. I'm on their menu right now.
Nice. Jamie,
it looks like they added stuff since I went there.
I'm not the biggest cream cheese icing person, but I'm also, well, it's technically frosting. Don't get me started on icing versus frosting, but I'm not the biggest cream cheese frosting person, nor am I the classic buttercream frosting person. I like naked cakes, if I'm being honest. I don't really want much on there. I want chocolate mousse in the middle, or clotted cream, and you know, or you know, literally any kind of whipped cream. Whipped cream on the outside is delicious. Whipped cream, homemade whipped cream, fan-frickin-tastic. If you have never made homemade whipped cream, if you have never made honey whipped cream, you're missing out.
I'm sorry, honey whipped cream?
Yeah, so it just instead of sweetening it with sugar, you sweeten it with honey. It's the best shit.
I've never tried that.
Oh, so good.
That sounds amazing.
Of course you haven't. You can't really eat it.
Shut up. I have lactate pills. I can.
I'm just going to make fun of you.
Guys, I will risk it for dessert. Did I tell the story about the cannoli on here? I don't know if I told the story about
honey is sugar, Jamie, but honey has a flavor. Just like maple sugar is sugar, but it has a flavor. Well, Anima, I'm very sorry for your loss. Oh no, I love plain cake. Delicious. If it's a good, moist, fresh cake. Fantastic. Texture thing? I can see how cheesecake could be a texture thing. Like honey buns. I love honey. I'll eat straight honey. I'll like eat spoonfuls of honey. I love maple syrup. Okay, I mean, Jamie, as a tree person, maple syrup is the coolest shit to me.
I mean, there you go.
There was a whole period of time where Thomas Jefferson actually tried to make maple syrup more widespread than cane sugar and make it our main source of sugar. But unfortunately, it's just way, way easier to make cane sugar than it is to make maple syrup, maple sugar. And, no, I know, we don't know why. I saw Hank Green talk about that. Is that where you saw it? Waffles. Ooh, John, waffles, pancakes, or French toast? Which is your favorite? You have to pick one. I'm for waffles. Corn muffin waffles? Amazing. I can see it being too sweet, Anima, but I'm still sorry for your honey loss. Ooh, we're all waffle people here. Look at that.
Oh, waffles are good. Come on.
This is my favorite thing. Everybody saying maple syrup is very interesting thing for me as a blank. and I'm honestly dying. I want this to be like a put it in your like phone and see what auto text comes up, right? Like I am a maple syrup. Yeah! Maple syrup is very interesting thing for me as a blankety blankety blank. I'll do it right now.
Blank.
I'll do it right now.
Oh, that'd be hysterical.
Oh my god. I think it's so I like that too much. Maple syrup is what is it? Very interesting thing for me.
You will be so proud of me, Ori. I actually did one of the things I was assigned this week.
Yay.
Woo. Finally.
Maple syrup is a very interesting thing for me as a result, and the only one that I can do.
Well then.
That's what it is. I'll do the middle one now. Maple syrup is a very interesting thing for me as a friend, and I think I have a lot of the same thing. Maple syrup is a means to an end.
Okay, let me see what I
That
get.
is delicious, Enema.
Let me see.
Okay, you know, very
Maple-
neutral, Johnum. Neutral. This
Okay,
is on
so
my
it
phone.
starts. Does it start with
It
maple
says
syrup?
maple
is?
syrup is a very interesting thing to me as a, and then that's the rest of it.
Okay, hold on,
No.
hold on.
Jamie, fake maple syrup makes me so sad. Fake maple syrup
fake
makes me so
maple
sad.
syrup just makes me cry.
It's literally just corn syrup, and I want to die.
Okay, maple syrup is the only one that has been in the market since it first opened up. Should I keep going?
No, but you didn't do the whole thing. It's maple syrup is a very interesting thing for me. A very interesting thing, I think, for me as a. Yeah, for me as a.
Interesting
Thing for me
as a.
And now do it.
Okay, person who is very into tea.
You know,
I mean,
vibe
it's
though.
not wrong.
That's good. Maple syrup is a very interesting thing for me as a person into tea, you know?
I mean,
works.
it wants to continue with but. Should I let it?
If you want. Maple syrup is a very interesting thing to me as a whole time to go back down and eat my first drink before my head feels good. All right, Jamie.
So mine has now become maple syrup is a very interesting thing for me as a person who is very into tea, but not really
night,
a
Anima.
tea fan.
What? I like tea, but not like that.
I'm sending that to you, Ori. I was typing it out in our text thread because I didn't want to risk accidentally sending it to someone else.
Yeah.
And I'm just sending it to you because that's too perfect. It's a very interesting thing for me as a person who is very into tea, but not really a tea fan. I'm just very into tea. I'm not a fan.
All right.
Maple syrup is a hard drug.
Maple syrup is a hard drug. Taking a swig of maple syrup, amazing. So good. You can make maple syrup whipped cream as well. You can literally substitute maple syrup or maple sugar for anything. Okay, I'm so sad. I'm trying to do... So this is a legendary card, Mars. This is Calazar's legendary card. And I had asked his player what he wanted, like, specifically with Calazar, right? Like, what he felt was the most memorable stuff about Calazar for him. And he said that it was filling in the map and like flashbanging enemies with runic shield and the dire penguin. So my big thing I want to focus on is the map, and I'm trying to look up like map poses right on the internet because that's how you do it. And unfortunately, so many of them are like, I don't know how to read the map poses, and it's just like,
man.
no.
Try a competent map pose. Maybe that'll help.
Competent map pose. Pose.
It
No,
might work.
It didn't work. I got competitor analysis positioning map. Speaking of sad, oh no. Maple syrup is a very interesting thing to me as a little too much, but it's a hard thing to do for the next time you go to the moon. Yeah, you know, it probably doesn't dehydrate very well. It takes so long to dehydrate in the first one. Yeah, you did hear dire penguin attack this.
You did indeed hear dire penguin. Oh, what's your favorite chemical compound, Ori?
Oh God. As you know, I do enjoy tannins. Like, I do enjoy tannins as like a whole thing. What is the... Yeah, no, it's great. They the druid turned into a dire penguin. You know, it's the whole thing.
It was a whole thing. I was a penguin for most of the session.
Yeah, and then I think we said like squawk and all this stuff. Ooh, a fancy dress, PCM. That should get you some fun little ideas, inspiration for your deal.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to remember a specific one, and I think it's methyl jasmonate. But just in general, I enjoy the category of volatile compounds that trees specifically and other plants emit to speak with each other, because I find that very interesting. I love tannins. Tannins are a super cool thing. They're like in so many trees, and they deal so much with like the environment and managing the pH of certain areas of the forest, and you know, bugs and all this sort of stuff. So like, I do enjoy tannins a lot. We've used them a lot throughout history. They're probably one of the most studied tree compounds that is just sort of like, you know, like a tree like specific thing, that like a plant thing. So that's probably one of my favorites. Between foof and chlorine trifluoride? All right. Do you have a favorite compound, Mars?
Off the top of my head, no. I'll be honest, chemical compounds are not something I think about too often.
Well, make her happy about it, PCM. Or you can draw grumpy noof, you know? Oh, that is fun, Jamie.
Creative.
I see, PCM. I see.
One day it'll be out of Hero Forge.
Indeed.
It'll exist.
Person holding maybe a scroll?
You know, I'm thinking like something you unfurl.
Ooh, a scroll has a good one. Okay, this guy is... I gotta show you all this guy. I gotta show you all this guy. Look at this guy. This man has taken so many vector images of holding scroll.
Oh my god.
I can't. Okay, and then we go into just vector images. But like, look at
you have your pose.
Look at how happy. Look at my scroll.
He's really getting into it.
Look at my scroll.
Good for him. He's
best
having
life.
a blast.
You know, he found his niche, right? And he sat in it. You know? He really did. I'm very proud of this man. Okay. It's really weird because in this picture, like, I don't know who this man is, but for whatever reason, in this picture, I feel like I know who this man is. Like, I feel like this is somebody like I know in real life. It's not, because in that other picture, like I said, like, this doesn't look like him. But, like...
I think it's just the face. It feels
very
like
much
you
like,
know him.
I feel like I know this person.
And then we find out he was created by an AI.
What
I'm
did we
sorry.
get, Jamie? No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Mars, you're not allowed.
I know. Oh, references are a good place to start, PCM.
Ooh, is she gonna wear more like a suit, like a tux? I love women in tux. They're very nice. Honestly, I like wearing tuxes. I wish that they were less expensive, but I have a number of colorful blazer jackets that I highly enjoy wearing. I like going like the you're wearing the masculine and the feminine stuff, right? So I literally own a men's yellow, like lemon yellow blazer, and I wear like a men's collared button-down banana shirt under it, and
I'm
then
pretty sure you were wearing when we were watching Orin High School Host Club.
oh yeah. No, I love that blazer. so much. I have a cream one now as well, that I've also worn that I would say could be like a funny, like, actually closet cosplay Hotsun, like only doing what is in my actual closet. But then you put like a skirt on the bottom, right? That's the vibe. That's the vibe.
That is. Oh, that truly is.
Violent explosion. I see. You know, if they didn't try,
Sure,
wouldn't know.
PCM. I don't know enough about that, to be honest.
yeah, you can definitely put them in there, PCM. 100%.
Ori knows a lot, to be honest.
PCM is asking if they can post their Hero Forged models in our Discord under the creative clients. So I changed it. It is now open exhibit. So.
Oh, I didn't recognize the name. I thought Open Exhibit was referring to something else.
Yes, no, it is. I did a little changes on the Discord because Dylan was a little confused about some of them, and he gave me good options for.
Help!
Oh my God!
I'm lost.
Literally though, so cute. I love it though. I love it. The hat, yes please. The vibes, give me that. It's giving me fancy Dread Pirate Roberts vibes, and I'm loving it. I'm living it.
That.
It's so good, lovely, beauteous.
Well, Jamie, that sounds absolutely horrifying.
No, don't do that. Oh my goodness.
I mean, who doesn't rock fancy brimmed hats?
It's the best. I'm
They're
sad
such a
that hats got a bad rep by neckbeards that once upon a time, you know?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But hey, berets are making a comeback.
That is true. Berets are nice.
Lots of other hats, like caps and
See,
things.
that would be the thing, right? Wear the beret with the, with the blazer.
And then you got an air of sophistication about you.
Indeed.
But a little bit of flirtiness as well.
Yeah, I've worn a beret a lot because when I was in marching band, I was in the drum line. And in the drum line, we wore berets instead of the classic regular hat. The classic floof hat, as I will call it. The floof band hat.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. I can envision that. I didn't just order a beret, but I joined a Kickstarter for a beret.
I remember.
I know I told you. I don't think I told chat.
No, you have not told chat.
It's on the way to me.
It's
and
the
I'm
nerdiest beret.
Excited. It is the nerdiest beret.
It's a real
If
nerdy
you can
beret.
guess which anime is featured on this beret, you get a cookie.
I don't think you've talked about this particular anime enough for chat to know that you love it so much.
I'm pretty sure I have.
I know you referenced it, and I'm pretty sure that you picked up on a reference that Cinder made that sort of blew by me, and he was very proud of you. But that is very well. So it's not if I remember correctly, it's not a beret that like the anime had a beret in it. It's a beret based on the anime.
It was designed by an artist, and she took elements from the anime, so like symbols that were important to the anime or icons that were important, and put them on the beret in a very elegant, fashionable way. Like, there was a lot of work that went into this, because she's actually a fashion designer.
That's even more impossible. It's more.
Guys,
it's more
I only
trying to
mentioned like I think 3 anime on here.
That is a blatant lie, Mars. Mars, we have ranted about anime so many times, and you're trying to come in here. You're trying to be.
There are specific ones that come up in conversation.
You're trying to be in your own stream, and you're trying to. You're really trying to just say that you don't talk about that many anime. Well, Mars, I'll give a suggestion. Why don't you think of a hint that only the true fans will get as the first hint?
Okay, well, I'll say this. At least the beret didn't cost me an arm and a leg.
But see, Jamie even knows you talk about Chainsaw Man, Mars.
Okay, but I haven't been able to shut up about that.
But we also talk about Mob
Also,
Psycho.
Jamie, what episode are you up to?
There you go,
Yes,
Jamie got it.
Jamie got it. Good job.
everybody's coming out of the chat.
Everyone's like
woodworks
Chainsaw
now.
Man.
They're like,
Yes,
"Ooh."
if you guys are watching Chainsaw Man, I am having a blast personally. I see the I don't even know to call it backlash. I'm just like, this is why I kind of don't get involved with fandoms, because it's just like, stop ruining the fun. I'm just here to enjoy and maybe get some like nice character development here and there.
Can I?
Episode 1, Jamie, that's a great place to start.
This reminds me though. Am I allowed, and I'm asking Mars too, am I allowed to ask a question about the D&D related discourse I saw on Twitter the other day, which is the first discourse that I have seen on Twitter, personally.
I didn't even know there was a discourse.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm just curious. If we don't want to talk about discourse, I won't. I don't want to do it. But
I mean, chat, you pick.
Yeah, no. I understand it's my
here,
stream,
but
Jamie.
I'm a little curious. I'm kind of curious because this flew over my head, to be pretty honest.
I understand it's my stream, Jamie, but I still want your
Jamie,
opinion.
Keep watching. It's so good. Honestly, Jamie, episodes 5 and I believe 6 are my favorite, if I'm remembering correctly. It just got so creative with the enemy design and the situations they came up against. I was like, this is amazing. This is great. This is suspense and horror, and it's phenomenal. Really well done. But what's the discourse?
All right.
I'm so curious.
So,
now.
Mars, again, I feel like it's a very specific thing where some people will be like, have very strong opinions on it, other people won't. And to be honest, Mars, I don't think you will, solely because of your D&D experience. So, lucky Jamie. Okay. But,
I wish.
So essentially, some of you may have heard of certain, like, RPG consent forms, quote unquote, and there was like one that was like specific that had like been used around on the internet a lot, and I actually was given it once by a DM who was it is essentially, oh, so sad. I mean, I'm not there either, so we can wallow together.
We're all in misery.
But what was I saying? Yeah, so essentially it is a list of topics that could be sensitive to certain people, right? So things that you wouldn't want to see. It's a list of sensitive topics, and the idea is for you to go over and check that, yes, I am okay if this comes up in the campaign. Like yellow, like I'm kind of okay, there's specific circumstances, or red, no, I can't have this come up, it'll ruin my time, right? And it's, yeah, exactly, Jamie. And there's like a specific one that has been going around the internet a little bit. And I was actually given this consent form when I won the ability. Well, I didn't win. I was offered the ability to play with Johnum in a one-shot with, so people that I had never played with before. And the DM gave us all these forms to fill out. And with the intent of making sure that, because we don't know the DM very well, that it's like, you're not going to go up to, like, it can be uncomfortable to go and be like, my concerns about, like, child murder, like, is traumatic to me. Like, not everybody is comfortable to do that with strangers, essentially, right? That you were given this form, and it was the idea of allowing them to know that, and exactly, it seems reasonable to make it so that whatever. But some people on the internet were, like, incredibly triggered about some of the topics on it, or, like, really upset about some of the topics on it that could be, like, upsetting to people that, we wouldn't have to ask about it, and the idea that, like, I would never, if a player handed this to me, I would say, leave my table, and stuff, and it's like, my understanding is more a form for the DM to decide to give out if they would like to be nice and kind and generous about this whole thing. And on top of that, if you're playing with people there's no need for this form, right? And that's why I said, Mars, you don't really have, like, experience in this sort of state because you have played solely with people that you have known in real life, right?
Yeah.
You were close, you were my friend, right? You knew Dylan. And then so the only other ones were our other players you didn't know personally, but obviously we knew them, so it's kind of like, you know, you'd assume that everybody can get along. Right. So it is like we have no need for this form because we know each other. It is for those,
Right.
like, you know, like Extreme Bulk Guy, I'm assuming, is playing with people he doesn't know. You know, like anybody who goes on the internet to play with people they don't know, this is a nice gesture that a DM can, if they want to be nice, place, allow people to fill out to make sure that that campaign is just going to have a really fun time. And there was just so much
It's
upset
not a bad
about
idea
the
to
existence.
keep people on the same page.
But it's like, you know what?
And make sure everyone's comfortable with what's being said. Because, like, there are some people, and I know this because I've come across these groups. Like, some people will say, like, for example, well, my character says racist things, but that's just his personality. Or something like that.
My
It's
biggest
like,
thing,
you know, there are people out there like that.
my biggest thing is that I don't really care whether you like the sheet or not, whether you think the sheet is stupid or not, whether you would give the sheet to your players or not, or whether you would leave a table who gave out the sheet or not. I literally don't care. What I don't understand is why did somebody find the need to, they have learned about this sheet, and then go on Twitter and say this is the most stupidest effing thing ever, and literally stir the pot, right?
I guess because they had nothing
Like
better
that's just
to
like
do.
like why did the existence of the sheet, nobody like at least from the understanding of the post, like nobody asked them, like nobody filled it out and gave it to them as a player, right? Like it was literally like they came across it on the internet and went like, what is the world coming through, you know? And it's just like,
Oh yes, because that's the biggest
just like,
conundrum of
I
our day and age.
I don't care. Why do you care so much? You know? It
That's the
literally
real
hasn't affected you yet. You know what I'm saying? That's the part
but here's
that
the
I'm
thing.
like crazy about.
I find that people who care about that type of things are the ones who are going to be inconvenienced by them. Because if they're suddenly this consent form, it's like, well, now they can't say the thing they wanted to say or play the character the way they wanted to play.
Yeah, that is true.
I feel like people get up in arms when it does directly somehow involve them, but they're never going to say, this is a problem for me. They're going to say, this is restricting anyone from playing their character the way they want to, when in actuality, it's like, this is restricting me from playing my character the way I want to.
But yeah, it really does seem, Jamie, like people are just they're misrepresenting the purpose of the form, because they're constantly saying that it was like, if a player gave this to me, I would kick them out, and it's like, that's not the point, right? Like the point is for you to give it to your players if you are so inclined, you know? And obviously you're not so inclined, so who the heck cares? You know, so shut up. Why did you need to post on Twitter about this?
Drop the topic. It's like, it wasn't even prompted.
That's true, Jamie. No, it wasn't. It was they came across this form and they had to post about it upsetting them. And it's just like, why?
Here's the world's smallest violin.
Exactly.
First world problems at its finest.
So I just found that so funny. I was telling Dylan about this, and Dylan is like, yeah, exactly, Johnum. And Dylan was like, did you respond? I was like, no, I didn't respond. You know, people are saying both sides already. I'm not going to add to it. Who cares? You know, like, you know, I'm not going to play with you. I
definitely picked an extreme as an example.
You did. Da, 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 da,
but it's like, I have met people like that, and I would not be comfortable playing with that, to be honest.
No, and that's perfectly fine, and it's perfectly within your right. But it's like, do you feel the need to go to Twitter about it?
No.
Exactly. That's the part that gets me. That's the part that is like, really? Why was that step necessary?
Johnum, you missed a lot. We're talking about controversy in the
Johnum,
I
very
can't talk.
TLDR.
Wow. Controversy. There we go.
TLDR, Johnum. You know that sheet that Craig had us fill out before we played in his one-shot? Somebody on the internet found that sheet and didn't like that sheet and didn't like that existence of that sheet so much that they felt the need to post about it on Twitter saying how ridiculous this is, and that if a player gave it to me, I would kick them from their table. And it sparked a very large sort of discourse within the like TTRPG Twitter community about, you know, like essentially my understanding is completely misrepresenting what the form was even supposed to be made for in the first place, but 90% of it could have been solved with like, I don't care what your opinion is. I won't play with you and you won't play with me, so let's move on. You know, like come on. You obviously play with people that don't give a shit about the form either, so, you know, it's not like you're constantly getting kicked out of campaigns because you can't change. Like, then that's a you problem, you know, but like otherwise you could go be happy in your corner. I don't care. I don't care about your corner.
Like, have fun in your corner of the internet.
Exactly, Jonna. You'll make sure. That's how you do it.
Oh yeah,
that's the trick.
Jamie, that's for stuff that's like just a meme. That I feel is like passable.
But also, like, I don't know if you saw it, Mars, but Jamie said that like if the character being racist was with the intent that they will learn that was stupid and to grow as a character, that it's okay, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, then that's fine, and I agree there too.
I agree there as well, because then you're purposefully doing it to tell a story and to illustrate an arc. You're not just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
I think that would be my biggest issue, is like, if you're doing it for the sake of doing it, why? There are literally so many options to make an interesting character, and you choose that particular trait. Mm-hmm. Why? Why did that appeal to you?
While I agree, Jamie, you know, it was like, those are the things that like they're still getting up in arms about. And it's like, why? Why do you care so much? And it's because they have them in their campaigns, or they just don't want to be limited by having, you know, that's the thing I think it is, right? Whether or not these people are actually so terrible that they have these horrible things in their campaign, you know, whatever. I don't care. You know, if you're doing it fantasy instead of doing it IRL, like, who gives a shit? But the whole thing about, like, if you're only upset because somebody is trying to, quote unquote, like, stifle your DMing by limiting this thing that likely wasn't even going to be in your campaign, then it's just like, what? Why? Why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? I don't know. It's so funny. It was just funny to me. It was funny to me how it was literally just like either blatant, willful misinterpretation of the sheet or actual ignorance. You know, it was just like, and they felt the need to post it on Twitter. I think that got me the most, was the idea that you felt, because posting on Twitter is not like it's obviously not hard, but it's not like 2 seconds, you know, like you have to write it out and then they're like answering in the tweets and all that stuff. And it's like.
So what gets you is that somebody actually put effort into that.
Yeah, that's what gets me, is that somebody.
They were just so offended. They had to let the world know.
That they were either so offended or that they were so. Like they were doing nothing. That there was nothing more interesting in their life. That this was worth it, right? Like, that's what gets me. Exactly. Option 3 drama. You know, I don't know. I mean, pot stirrers I'll never understand. Option 3 is
obviously the fun option.
I don't understand pot stirrers, you know? People are...
I both don't understand, but there's also this fascination with them, because it's like, I look at something like that, and there's a lot of things on the internet that makes me angry that I could rant forever about. But, you know, I just don't post a comment. And I scroll down and I keep going. I don't get why it's so hard for other people to do that. It's like, just keep scrolling.
I don't know.
Just keep scrolling. Of all the injustices in the world, this is not one of them.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to pose...
Sometimes the ensuing explosion is fun, Jamie. But I prefer to watch. I don't want to be a fire starter. I would rather watch the fireworks than start them.
Yeah, I'll sit in the background. Sure. You know, that's fine.
Like, watching a dumpster fire with a bowl full of popcorn. That's entertaining as hell.
But that's a different, like, I don't want to make the dumpster fire, because then it's my fault, right?
Yeah. And I don't want to contribute to the dumpster fire, because now I'm part of the problem.
Yeah. Now, you know, it's one of those things like crime or no crime, right? Like, if you watch a dumpster fire, it's not a crime. But if you start a dumpster fire, it's a crime. And if you push that dumpster fire down the road, it's probably a crime.
That's most likely a crime. If it goes into
I would hope it's a crime.
Oh, it's most definitely
I would hope
crime.
it's a crime. That we would have to still it about, but...
Oh my god. That metaphor went off the rails.
Well, exactly. It's weird to do it on the internet with complete strangers. But
dumpster
that's so many
fire.
people. I tell this story multiple times, but I was told when I worked at my job that... now I lost my train of thought. That there was a woman who was our client, and she actually went up to my predecessor and said, like, "Oh, my name is so and so, but you know, everybody calls me the spoon." And my predecessor was like, "Why?" And she goes, "It's because I like to stir the pot." And then she would gossip about everybody, like, "I think Janine is going and cheating on her husband with George over there. They are clipping roses in her garden all day."
At least the advertisement was on the can.
Exactly.
Or if you're even there.
Oh, welcome.
Hey!
I don't know.
Welcome.
Listen.
I appreciate the Herald, Johnum.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Hello.
Going
We're
good,
going
good.
I'm slamming into your stream.
Oh, you are more than welcome to. How
What
you
are guys
feeling?
up to?
I am attempting to pose a character that will be a kobold with a scroll and a runic shield.
A runic shield, you say?
Yeah, well, he's a rune knight. And
As
when I
PCM
asked
wasn't
the
it
players,
marvelous?
I asked the player what the most iconic things that this character were to him, either things that he did or, you know, just like things that stand out that you would remember. And the two things were filling out the map, being a cartographer, because that was a whole thing in the campaign, and blasting enemies with runic shield. And so I'm trying to incorporate those two things into this, and I'm not exactly sure how. I might turn this arm to be up.
Well, I'm gonna be really honest. I don't know how much help I can be. I kind of just wanted to hang out with you guys.
Well, you can hang out. I'm just telling you what's going on.
All right.
Let me look up shield poses. That might help.
You know what's crazy? My camera's not doing what I want. Here we go.
Oh, Cinder. I wanted to talk to you because
Talk to me.
I am going to. Now I'll tell you again, you know, just to be sure it'll sink in later. But
Let me know.
I spoke with both Dylan and Mars again off stream, and everybody is more than willing to play Plate Up as a Wednesday thing about once a month. And the first one will be so we're in the last sort of part of the Ace Attorney game we're in. So once that finishes,
I'll put it on my calendar right now. What's the date?
I don't know the date.
We don't know because
we don't know the
we
date.
have to finish Ace Attorney first.
So I can at most give you a week notice.
Warning in advance.
You can give me a week's notice. You can give me a strong's notice. Whatever kind of notice you want to give me, I'm here for. All I want to do is play with you guys forever, in some sort of eternity that at first starts as a feeling of bliss but turns into a feeling of hell.
Well, I'm sure
right.
as the levels increase, you will get what you want.
Okay.
But
Rest assured.
Okay.
yes, so a strong's notice, Jamie. But yeah, so
guys
we'll
having
give
a
you a
fun
week's
stream?
notice because we will finish it on a Wednesday, and then we will tell you next Wednesday is when we play game. All right?
Yes.
Okay. Did
That's
you
how
get
it
any new
goes.
followers this stream?
We did get at least
Did
one.
get new followers.
We had a
I
little
think.
raid as well.
Who rated you?
The Witch and Smith. The Witch and Smith.
I don't know.
Bishop, have you always been here? I don't think I greeted you tonight. Hello.
No, I think Bishop joined when Cinder moved
don't
back
talk
over
to
here.
him. Don't talk to him.
Don't why? Don't talk to him.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes,
Here's
I
the
was
deal
right,
about
Jamie. I
Bishop
did it.
Aquinas. You can't
Yes,
trust
the
the
Witch
man as
and
far as
Smith
you can
did.
throw him, but he's pretty lanky, so I bet I could throw him pretty far. So you got a double-edged sword situation going on
I
there.
see.
Oh boy.
For sure.
They're two
Be
of yours.
afraid. Be very afraid.
Are they two people on one account, Jamie?
Two.
Just like Anima and Arya? Jamie's... Oh, there you go. So the Witch and Smith is actually two people like us on the same account.
Oh.
Look at that. We're vibing, right? Look at these
they
dynamic
still here?
duos. I don't think the Witch and Smith is... They haven't been active, at least. They might be lurking.
I love making new people. So listen, if you talk to them, tell them I say to go eat a lemon. See how they
Oscar! Welcome, Oscar. Hello.
Hey,
feel.
Oscar.
I hardly know Oscar.
Cinder and
That
Black
little
Sapphire.
bee icon is so cute. I love it.
Oscar
That's
always comes in with
adorable.
the funky emotes.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Is that true, Jamie? Because if so, that's a very clever name.
You should never trust anything Jamie says.
Well,
I
Jamie
love
asks
Jamie.
you,
Jamie's
Cinder,
great.
how
What did they ask
far
me?
you can throw them.
How tall are you? How tall are you, Jamie? What's your density ratio? Are you normal human density? You're 5'6"? Oh my god, dude. We would need to get you a helmet and some padding. Here's the deal, Jamie. I'm gonna be real honest
geez.
with you.
If
Jamie,
you
I'm
tried
gonna
to
be
throw me, I'm screwed.
I'm gonna be real honest with you, Jamie. I'm not a tall man. I would go as far as to say is Mari was recently surprised by how not tall a man I am.
I really was.
In a way that almost
I already
made me
forget.
feel diminished. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt me
No.
a little bit.
Cinder, I'm just used to everyone being taller than me. Even my own little brother.
The thing is,
Everyone is taller than me.
Yeah, don't listen, Mari. I'm taller than you. That's not a question. I'm just not as taller than you as you think I am. Because the thing is, I hold myself like a man that's like 7'4", but I'm not 7'4".
Oh, I
I'm
see.
5'7".
You just have such 7'4" man energy. I just assumed. I
I've
apologize.
always wanted to have man energy.
7'4" man energy
Okay, so here's the
specifically.
deal. Here's the deal. I'll be
Specifically.
very blunt. I'm gonna be real. Okay, so I'm so sorry that I'm being so loud. The thing is, for folks
No,
that
it's fine.
for folks that are on Mari's stream, or not Mari's stream, or Kami's stream, both
It's
their
our
streams,
stream.
Tonight I've drank a lot of alcohol very quickly, and I'm not good at drinking alcohol in general. So drinking too much is a lot for me, which is what has happened. And it leads to a situation where one might... Thank you for the birthday wishes, Pokey9er. How you doing, you beautiful beast? It leads me to a situation where I just speak my heart. And sometimes my heart is kind of fucked up. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be real honest right here. I'm not a tall man. I've never been a tall man. Okay? I'm not going to pretend to be a tall man.
I'm a tall
I don't
man.
want to lie to you. I don't want to lie to you, but I will be. I will toot my own horn when I can, and I'll say this: I am a strong man.
Yeah, Cinder did wrestling, right?
I wrestled for many years.
Did
I did
you?
powerlifting for many years, and I
Wow.
worked out for a personal trainer for many years.
Kudos.
My human shape might be kind of cinder block shaped, or might be kind of bowling ball shaped, depending on the time of year. But if you weigh less than 150 pounds, I confidently can throw you medium far.
Wow, I'm
Confident
proud.
that if you weigh less
Oh,
than 150
man.
pounds, I could throw you far enough that you would be unhappy afterwards. Unless it was into mattresses.
I'm
Cinder,
feeling
you
I'm
would
feeling
be
more confident
sending
now.
me to the freaking moon then.
Jamie's
Listen,
agreeing.
Listen, Mari, I'm gonna be real honest with you here, okay? I'm gonna lay all my cards on the table.
Go for it.
I am so eager to hang out with you in person. Or Kami also, both of you. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm very eager to have that happen at some point.
I
think
think you
it would
would
be
love
so much fun.
Ori's
I think it would be
game nights where we play
so-
board games and card games. I think you'd
I would
love
it
that.
so much. But in order for me to be comfortable throwing you, we would need to do a hangout in person at least once where I didn't throw you.
Okay.
So there has to be at least two hangouts
you gotta have
where the
to build
second
up.
is the throwing.
Eager to hang out with you, but I also am very conscientious of the fact that I am a big man, and I am terrified in my bones of making someone feel uncomfortable. So what that usually means is is that I have to hang out at least somewhat in a casual way where I don't potentially lift someone into the air and chuck them before I know if that's something that like that they're cool. So Mari, I'm down to try to throw you into space at some point, but we need to have at least 1 or 2 hangouts where there's a little bit of boundaries first, so we can establish a level of comfort between each other.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. You can't throw your friends until you know them a bit better first.
You have any idea how sad it would make me if I got to meet you as
and then you broke every bone in her body.
And then no. I don't care about that. I will shatter Mari to 1,000 pieces if that's what she wants. Like, I'm happy to do that. The issue is not the destruction. The issue is being uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
So if I was to be in a situation where I was to meet you as a new person, I was so excited, and if I made you uncomfortable, that would break my heart. It would break my heart. So in order for me to throw you into space, which I'm happy to do, if you want, it would be cash, it would be fun. We would need to establish a level of comfort in order for that to be appropriate. Otherwise, I would be too hesitant to, because I wouldn't want to make anybody uncomfortable.
Fair enough. I can't argue with that. That makes perfect sense.
I'm just curious. John says he wants you to throw him, and I'm curious, John, are you in or outside of the weight range? That's the question.
John, come to my house.
Jamie, your friend has dropped you 30. Wait, they did, or hypothetically? Because this. No,
I think they did. Jamie said they go off cliffs all the time.
So I'm confused.
John,
they did.
Come to my house.
Did? Wait, what?
John is gonna come to my house.
John, what?
Crackers.
Beanpole.
He's gonna bring crackers and he's gonna bring a butter knife. I'm literally gonna throw him to the moon. He's gonna get some cheese. He's gonna spread it upon 9 crackers. Bring it back. We're gonna have a tea party. It's gonna be bliss.
Jeez, John, no.
Oh man, John.
I love when people are taller than me, but also smaller than me.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, Dylan and I are both taller and out of the weight range, so we're not going to the moon.
Can't relate.
No. It's okay. We can't all live in a world of moons.
I am like 5'2" and 98 pounds. You could probably bench press me very easily.
Forget the moon. Mars.
You have to not beat me up either.
I'm going to Mars.
Sensitive.
Okay.
Man. I present as if I'm very masculine and bold and loud, but the truth of the matter is I'm chocolate pudding. So you have to be kind, okay?
Chocolate pudding's very good.
I know. I'm very
yeah,
good.
Jamie.
Or,
I mean,
Tommy,
Jupiter is pretty awesome.
Questioning that I'm very good, because we all know that I'm very good. Okay, that's not a question. I'm very good. I don't know if I'm chocolate pudding good, but I'm pretty good. I'll give myself a B-.
I would say chocolate pudding good. I maybe like the tolerant, but I've had some good chocolate pudding.
I just love the turn this chat has gone to, with everybody in chat being like, throw me Cinder.
If we can create a situation where there's sort of a simp vibe around me throwing people,
that's what it seems like at this point. I don't know.
Like, I was getting the notice me senpai vibes, but it's like, throw me Cinder.
Yeah.
I agree, Oscar. Well, all you have to do, PCM, is calculate her height and weight, and then you know how throwable Neffy is.
So there you go.
Oscar, I have your chat and my chat up at the same time, so I can see both. Your chat's more active than mine. I think most people in my chat are like, Cinder is too drunk. Why is he still streaming?
Everybody came over to here. We got Bishop
Cinder's
over here.
Everybody in my chat is like, go to bed, Cinder.
Okay, Atathis, we'll hear you out.
Yeah, Atathis, what's up, you nerd? Dude, Atathis was being super generous in my stream the other day. Atathis, it's my birthday. Say happy birthday to me. Do it.
Yes, Atathis is very generous.
Me and Cinder play Pass with Humans. Fuck yeah, dude. Are you talking about catch?
Yeah.
Catch?
Yeah.
Are you saying we play catch? Atathis, I'll play catch with you.
I'll be the human.
Oh my god, that'll be fun. The thing is, Mari, here's what we'll need to do, Mari. We'll need to get you some sort of costume or outfit that has handles on it, like a trunk.
Yeah, catch.
That sounds...
I'm not sure how that would work.
That's so much weirder than I intended to. But you know what I mean? Like a handle where your shoulders are, and maybe a handle where your hips are, or like.
Oh, I see. To like back. Throw like a log, like a suitcase, like a battering ram.
Okay, that's what we're going for.
Exactly.
I got there.
Because I feel like to play catch with a human, requires a pool, or you can't do it, right? Because there's a certain amount of safe, or like maybe
either a pool or a
shallow river.
trampoline. Trampoline is pretty good too.
Can I ask you guys a question? And I want
Yeah.
you to be honest with me here. Don't you lie to me.
We won't.
Not so much
Do
Ohio
either-
in this
Have
chat.
either of you ever grown up in a situation where there was a pool readily available?
Oh,
I have one
yes.
in my backyard right now.
Mari, why haven't you invited me to your house?
I didn't know you liked swimming.
I like so many things less than swimming.
Cinder,
Swimming is one
we
of the
also
only things...
we also have the ocean, like on both
Yeah, but-
sides.
Okay,
We're
I actually...
surrounded by an ocean and a
Can I-
sound.
Can I tell you guys the story about the ocean?
Oh,
Can I
God.
tell you
Sure.
the story? So I have grown up going to the beach every
Oh,
year
I did
since
know
I can
for it.
remember with my family. As far back as I can remember, we've gone to the beach every year. And not so much in the most recent years because some of my siblings have like kids and shit now, but normally the way that it would go is if we had significant others or friends or whatever that were visiting our family when we were at the beach, all of our siblings and us, we'd all go to the swimming in the ocean. And whoever was visiting us, whether there were significant others or whatever, they would go swimming with us in the ocean for like an hour. And then they would stop. And then they would have to be patient while we went swimming for like another 4 hours. I love swimming in the ocean. But I love swimming so much. You have a pool in your yard? Mari, invite me to your house. Invite me to your house.
Cinder, you're gonna have to wait
you
until
know.
summer because right now we
You know.
closed it for the season,
Okay, but Mari.
and it's got a lot of algae in it at the moment, so you don't want to be in that.
Listen, I know amphibians. We're gonna get along great. You know. I don't even need to say it, but I'm going to, due to lack of confidence. But you know that your family, whomever it is that lives in the home with the pool, brother, parents, siblings, whatever, you know they would fucking love me, okay? You know we would get along so well. You know that we would have the best dinner conversations. I know it. I don't know
totally.
your family at all, but I guarantee you, based solely on judgment, which I acknowledge might not be fair, but I'm gonna do it based on judgment. You know that your family and I, oh my god, we wouldn't get along. We would have
It would be
fun
an
together.
entertaining
It would be
riot,
more
though.
fun. We would have
It'd be a
fun.
total riot.
Yeah. So you've got no excuse not to invite me over to your pool for a pool party.
You're
when
right,
the
I
weather- when
totally
the weather
don't.
is inclined.
All right,
Okay.
stream
I
pool
need to get
party.
a new-
Let's
I need
go.
to get a new bathing suit. I'll tell you what, Mari. If you invite me to your pool, I'll get a new bathing suit.
Oh, alrighty,
Straight
you're
up.
on.
Straight up. I have 2 bathing suits. One of them is way too small and a little bit see-through, arguably inappropriate. So that's a no-go. The second one is fine, but it's so old that it feels like I'm wearing cardboard when I wear it. And it's
Oh,
fine,
well, dude,
but it's not.
You need a new one.
Yeah.
You need a new one then.
John
You need
M
something
thinks I need a
comfortable
Speedo.
and wearable.
I'm trying to keep things PG-13. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to enter into that next level. Well, whenever you make friends with someone on the internet, you have to keep it at PG-13 for at least a long time. Otherwise, it gets
It's
weird
the safe
very
zone.
quickly.
It's the
gets
safe
weird
It
zone.
is.
very
It really is.
Yeah. Speedo
That's-
we're dancing with a line when we enter the speedo.
The
zone, but I could
default
really
is
try.
PG-13.
Yeah,
What's
you
our
can pay the
tagline,
F-word
Ori?
one per
Anything
video.
that couldn't be in a Robert Downey Jr. movie off limit.
A Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Iron
yeah.
Man movie is off
Iron Man
limits.
movie. Aha.
Why is the Speedo not a Strongo? I don't know, Delport. Because they haven't met me. That's why.
All I can think of
Oh,
is
Jamie,
the episode of
I'm
anime we
pretty
watched
sure
today.
I've said it on stream. I'm pretty sure I've slipped and said it.
No. Jamie,
What have you said
you
on stream?
can say fuck in PG-13 spaces as long as it is
say
not
it
the
once.
sexual connotation.
Wait
So
a
we're
minute,
okay.
guys. Here's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna say goodbye to my stream. I'm gonna end my stream up because I am a little bit fucked up. And I want to end my stream. But if you guys are cool, then I'll come over and hang out with you on your stream.
Well, unfortunately,
I'll raid you.
We'll
Are you
likely
ending
be
now?
ending as well, as it is midnight, and we're
Oh,
tired
man.
tired
But
too.
what if I just want to hang out with you guys because I love you?
Well, we love you too, Cinder, but on
You got to
bedtime.
go to bed.
Yeah.
Alright, then I won't raid you. I'll stay online.
I kind of wore Ori out
Well, if
today.
you'll stay online, we'll raid you. How about that?
Okay. I accept that. I accept that.
All
Yes,
right.
you do deserve a raid.
Can I say something that I should say privately, but I'm saying publicly because I don't have time to go into Discords or whatever?
It's up to you.
If you're okay with it.
And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. At some point, before we are about to enter the year 2023, okay?
Indeed.
It would really mean the world to me if I could meet you two as human beings in a physical sense before the year 2024. I don't imagine that that's very hard to do, but it will require some amount of work. So don't think about it too much. Don't stress over it. But an aspiration of mine is to meet both of you in person before the year 2024. And I think that if we work together and are casual, we can make that happen. I would really like to make that happen. Can we try? Can we think
Oh,
about that on the
I'm gonna
back
tell
burner?
you a secret, Cinder. I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Yeah,
That
tell me a secret.
between now and the year 2024, I'm also getting closer to Sam. Geographically.
You're gonna be in Tennessee or something?
No, so we're Sam. But I'm
Too
moving closer
far.
to Sam, so we could have like a whole thing.
Yeah, because eventually
Wait,
I'll
Sam,
have to travel to
wait,
see
wait,
Ori
Sam,
as well.
Sam, my Sam?
Yeah, you're Sam.
Okay,
That's
so,
Sam.
okay, so here's the plan. This is what I would like to do. And if you guys don't want to do this, we don't have to. But this is what we should do. I'm gonna lay it out. Teleport. I'm gonna read your comment in a second. I'm sorry. I'm down a tunnel. I gotta get out of it first. Here's the plan. You may end up in Atlanta or whatever country or realm you're gonna be in. Mari.
Yes.
As you make your way down to visit Origami, you stop in my city, okay?
Okay.
You stop in Philadelphia. I will provide you at least one good meal, whether cooked or dined out. We can go either. And then I shall sit in your car. I will go in the trunk if you need me to. I'll hide in the back. I'll be a little gremlin. I don't give a fuck. But I get in your car at some point, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then we continue the drive together to this strange and illustrious South. And we turn it into a trip of collectiveness. And on one hand, I get a huge benefit because I get a ride. And then on the other hand, I can sort of try to frame it like a benefit for you because you don't have to drive by yourself for at least half the trip.
I was going to say this. If you're willing to sit in the passenger seat, you can be in charge of the music playlist the way down there.
I am in love with you. Can we do that so much, please? That makes me so happy. That would be so much. You have any idea how much fun that would be? Oh my god.
It would be a blast.
So much fun. Okay, cool. So we don't need to talk about this on stream. I just am not dealing with nonsense behind the stream shit right now. I'm gonna fuck. But let's try to make this happen. Let's make this happen. So at some point in the next year or whatever, if Ori, if you're still in the same upstate New York, whatever, I don't remember exactly where you guys live, Long Island area that you are. Before that, I'll come up there. But if you are moving and there's shenanigans and we're traveling, we'll do an adventure or something. Because first of all, that would be so much fun. Second of all, that would be so much fun. You know what I mean?
Third of all,
it'll be
it would
so,
really be so
much fun.
I just am so eager to spend time with you guys as human beings. It's so fun talking to you online, but I also feel like there's always going to be an element of that pie. And I love pie. I'm a pie enjoyer. But there's always going to be an element of that pie that's a little bit missing, I think, until we have a moment where it can be like, I can see you and there's not a pixel involved. You know what I mean? I love a good pixel.
I think what we'll do is we'll make sure that you feel this way after I get way too into Plate Up when we play it first, and then we'll plan
so
it all
that'll
out.
be Ori.
Well, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to play any video game with you where you're really overly exerting in terms of like intensity, and I'm not. because that will create a level of emotional dissonance between us that will be confrontational and funny.
Oh well, I will say this. Ori is definitely feeling played up, so you're gonna see her at her most competitive.
You know,
intense.
Chat
indeed.
sees, Wander Song. Chat sees, Phoenix right. No. Wait until we play Played Up. Then Gamer Ori comes out. All right.
Oh
Ham.
yeah.
You guys, okay.
I have seen Gamer Ori in Overcooked.
I'm excited. I'll meet Gamer Ori. I bet she's cool. I bet we'd hang out. We'd probably talk shit on some people, but that'd be fun.
All right. Well, Cinder, we're gonna raid you. Thanks for joining in. Happy birthday. Well, past now.
Thank you again.
And
I'm gonna leave you guys so you guys can go do your own thing and say your goodbye. But before I go, I'm just gonna say, and I want to say publicly, but also, if ever I talk to you privately, I would say that as well. You are truly wonderful. You're magical creatures. I feel so lucky to know you. You guys genuinely put a smile on my face, and I'm gonna hang up now before I say anything else emotional. Bye.
Yeah, he loves doing that. Can never give it back to him. But I know we all love Cinder in here. Great.
We do.
Like John said before,
He's a
teddy
good
bear
guy.
of a man. All that sort of stuff.
Indeed.
All right. Let us do this
Let us
raid.
go raid him.
It timed out too long. I was waiting on the raid for too long that it timed out. So we're raiding the raid again. Great night, guys. Thanks for all the chats today.
Yes.
I'm glad Gamer Ori scares you with Tathis. It should. She should. But we will make it happen. And yeah, we will see you guys all next week on Tuesday. Hopefully, have a nice weekend. Bye.
Good night, all.